Take me to the channel for the PCP. Listen to some voicemails for the Minecraft stream. I really want to have Radcon funded by you. We can be procrastinators. Hello. Welcome to the Procrastinators podcast. We need a flag.
A flag?
Yeah, we need a flag for podcasters' rights.
Oh.
What colors would it be? What would be the stripes?
What? I can't even begin to think of what color podcasts aren't visual. What's the color of sound?
We need it to be like a rainbow, but like better. Like it needs to be better than the gay pride flag because they've been taking all the goodwill. We need to outdo them.
Or simple, completely black, skull and crossbones, but with microphones. Skull and microphones. Two skulls facing each other with a microphone in the middle. Pirate flag. What
are podcasters if not modern day pirates?
Criminals.
Pillaging, murdering, just fucking up everything for their own personal gain. Sailing the seas of the airwaves of the internet for monetary gain. It's the same. Pirates made a living, and so do we.
Why can't we?
Sometimes. Why can't we? They say that John McAfee was like a modern day pirate, but in my opinion, I'm a lot more similar to that lofty ideal. I was complaining about the trans flag. Because I'm in my because I'm insanely transphobic. Ben Saint. So I saw that flag and I got really upset. I said, "Too political, take it down."
What are you talking about?
No, I was asking my Discord because I've been confused why there's the black and brown stripe. Because to me, if the stripes all mean like, a different thing, like there's the trans colors and there's the thing.
Oh, you mean like the big like everything flag?
Well, no, not even the everything flag, just the one that's the rainbow, but then there's the triangle, the chevron, and there's the trans colors, and there's the black and brown stripe.
I don't know which one that is.
It's also called the progress flag. If you just Google LGBT flag.
No, that's the everything flag, isn't it? That's what I meant.
Some people have been making ones with even more stripes and even more chevrons. Sometimes as a joke, sometimes as like this is fucking stupid. We have too many colors or whatever. You ever see the ones that have like 50 fucking stripes on them? It's like the ace flag, the lesbian flag, the gay flag, the rainbow, so
really
on. The pan. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, do they have a fabric shortage? You could just fly multiple flags together.
I was thinking you could just fly multiple flags. But anyway, I was complaining because the visual implication of the black and brown stripe to me is that being non-white means you're part of LGBT, and I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
But I mean that wasn't the intention.
I guess the intent of the flag is more like marginalized groups.
I think I saw a video. I saw a video by a YouTuber who I guess the YouTuber is JJ McCullough, who I don't even like him, but I thought he made a pretty good video about this flag. I think the intent of the stripes is not like black and brown people are also LGBT. It's like a solidarity thing. It's like black and brown people of queerness are also included. I think it's weird. I think it's weird that it's kind of become the main flag. Whatever. But what was it? Why did I bring this up? I had a point to make with this, and now I don't remember. Is it
because insanely transphobic Ben Saint is coming out as insanely racist as well?
I'm coming out as transgender and transracial, so now I need all the stripes I can get. Oh no, it was I thought it was interesting because in the video he mentions that they make all these different flags. There's the trans flag and there's the MLM flag and the WLW flag and the ACE flag and the whatever, and they're all different stripes. And some people, I guess, according to the video, don't like it because it's like, okay, the whole point of the rainbow is that it includes everything, you know?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's a little bit like it's a little bit missing the point against the original intention to be like, we need to add more stripes, we need more colors because it doesn't include mine. It doesn't include my stripes.
It's the the whole rainbow thing. Well, actually, I don't know why it's a rainbow. The original flag.
I learned this in that same video. He just made a video about this like 2 days ago. It was literally an American politician like made the flag. There was a guy, a politician, and his friend who I guess were both involved in gay rights stuff, and they designed the flag, and then they sort of pushed it as sort of a part of this guy's political campaign. So like it was made by a politician as sort of like I am running on like a pro gay rights agenda. We're going to fly this rainbow flag and it means gay rights. That's where it comes from.
Wow.
Another factoid that I learned is that, okay, yes, there was the rainbow flag, and then a while ago, at some point in the last couple decades, someone as a statement made a version of the flag that just added the brown and black stripes on top, just to the normal rainbow.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And then someone else added, and then there was this artist decided there were too many stripes, so he redesigned it to have the triangle, the chevron is what that triangle is called. But that guy and this one with the trans triangle and the black and brown triangle stripes on top of the regular rainbow, that's sort of the one that has taken off recently. But that guy who designed it thinks that he owns it and thinks that it's his and he should like be the only one who can sell it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good luck.
The whole thing with adding to a flag until everything is on the flag, because that's the ultimate conclusion of an idea like that is, we got to include everything, otherwise it's in like implicitly not included, even though it is kind of like to add everything in would make the flag a mess, because you would eventually have to add like so many different things that would become, I don't know, lame looking.
Apparently the 6 stripes of the original rainbow, they stand for like the elements of harmony, basically. They literally were meant to stand for like honesty, loyalty, integrity, courage. I mean, not literally those, but 6 things like that.
I googled and I found the bear culture, the Bear Brotherhood flag, which is it's a subset of gay, is to be like the big muscular hairy guy gay.
That's what I'm going for. What I'm going for. My squat is going up. I squatted 2 plate. I squatted 225 recently. I'm going to the moon. bear pride, here I come.
So it's like, would there be a twink flag? Would there be a twunk flag? Would there be like every single possible permutation of being gay? It's like as long as there are flags that people can come up with, there'll be some sort of a precedent to add it to this flag. I just feel like it does miss the point of like, waving a flag around is supposed to be like an iconic symbol that people can rally behind. So if people are thinking, oh, my color is not included, even though they added these other colors, it's just gonna just make people feel like they're not included, even though they are. They should be. And it's just it's making it difficult to rally behind as like a tool for marketing, to put in a protest and say, swing the flag around and say, this is us and we're gonna kill you, other people who are evil and trying to put us down. But if they're fighting amongst themselves as to what to put on the flag, it's a bit dumb.
Gay? Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
you.
I actually think I mean, yeah, obviously you can't just add more stripes to a stripe flag to be like, we need to include more things, right? Eventually it just becomes a mess. Have you ever seen, I've seen Twitter ones that have like, let me try and find one of the I don't even want to fucking Google for it. But you know, you can imagine one that has like 49 fucking stripes and 15 triangles on it. Um I think that the concept of like all like LGBT specific flags are in the form of stripes, and you just changing the colors of the stripes changes which like variation of queerness or whatever you're representing. I think that's a cool idea. That's a little bit like, that reminds me a little bit of like a you know, like an old like coat of arms thing, how like, you know, you would have like a base color, and then there might be design elements that like maybe two houses would share, right? They'd both have like quartered colors, but then like one would have like a different things in the quarters, and another one might have the same things but the same design and the same elements, but like represented in different colors to represent that they're like a sister house or something. I think that's a cool design philosophy in general.
I feel like the one that is like taken off, as you say, with
apparently it's called the progress flag.
Progress flag. Like, I don't think it's that terrible. Like, it's not like bad looking necessarily.
No, it looks good. No, it looks good.
So like it's just the idea that it invites,
and, you know,
to be added on with. But I feel like as long as it gets to, if it
know,
gets too
like
ugly, people will not care about, you know, changing it.
The black and brown stripe, they might offend me. You know, I might want that black and brown stripe to have their own water fountain, but at least white people get the whole triangle, so we're still winning.
I mean, I could see this, like, if there was like a protest, there'd be like a big flag of this, the progress flag, and then 3 separate flags: the trans flag, the gay flag, and then like the Black Power fist, like a cool like some. I don't know whether that's like an official, if they have like a flag for that exactly, but you know the thing.
I mean, there's the Black Lives Matter flag, which is the words on the black and white bars. And there's the fist. I don't know if the fist has like a name. Do people do like just a black fist with the white? There's the black flag with the white fist.
I typed in Black Power flag, and there was like red, black, and green, which Pan-African.
Red, black, and green. Yeah.
Something. I mean,
that seems more specific. The fist seems like the most.
Yeah, I mean, the fist is iconic.
The fist is iconic.
Oh, fist in the shape flags. Of Africa. That's a cool one.
I like flags. I like vexillology. Remember not Shekels for Heckles. The drawcast. We did the drawcast where we all did flags.
Oh yeah. God.
Fucking find that in our fucking cool backlog if you dare. Which one did you make?
I remember making one, and I thought it was like quite good. What year was that? I have my art.
It must have been like 2 years ago.
My art is like separated into like years that I did things. Oh. Was it 2018? We did that one.
Could be.
I can't see it.
I remember that Munchie's flag just naturally had he just put the fist on it.
In hindsight. Boy.
In hindsight, yeah. I think that's funny. I think his flag was like black and white and purple. So I guess he's ace or whatever. Is the ace flag the black and white and purple one?
Your color choices determine what you are. You have no say.
That's absolutely. I mean,
it's a good thing I like the trans colors then.
The trans colors are really nice. They're really
universally nice. Lovely together.
Yeah, it's true. I like the agender and like the aromantic flags. I think that's what the green and gray one. Wait, which Agender has the black and gray stripes with the one green stripe down the middle. Oh my god. Oh, okay.
What?
Look at this one. I've never seen this one before. But guess what it is.
Reebok. I don't know.
Rubber. It's Rubber Pride. So it's a little cheeky. It's not like a real thing, but
they should have been.
It looks crazy though. It looks awesome.
They should have put little white bits on the black, like highlights, like to make it look like rubber. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but I feel like that might make it too busy. I like how it's just geometric.
Or you could just replace one of the stripes with a white one. I just gotta have some white in there, you know, being white.
Maybe being white. I don't feel. Honestly, I see the rubber flag and I don't see my skin color and my particular brand of leather kink on there, and I feel excluded by it.
The Agender and Aromantic both have green.
I like the colors on the Aromantic flag. Look at that. It looks awesome.
Gray is a great addition to anything.
True.
It feels like the Aromantic would make a great like drawcast what do you call it? Color amount. Not a lot.
The palette.
Limited color palette.
Limited palette.
That's a good limited palette.
That limited palette challenge was rad.
Yeah.
I'm a genius. I made genius works out of it. Oh no, I'm scrolling on this. I went to this site to find. No. I went to this site to find the flags, and now I'm scrolling down and I'm seeing all those shitty like sponsored ads for stuff. And
corporations.
The corporate, and I just saw one that's Caitlyn Jenner no makeup photos confirm the rumors. And this picture of her, this isn't real. She looks like a fucking burn victim. That's not what she looks like, is it? Oh my god.
That looks like it was taken in the jungle and when she was on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
I mean, scary stuff. Scary. She looks like fucking Ebert after his jaw got taken out.
Oh, she's just doing one of those mouth movements. There's one of those. That's what she looks like when she pugs. You know, that's
Jenner pugs. Isn't she like running for senator or some shit? I don't know, governor or something, mayor, whatever.
She's running herself into the ground.
That's right. Let's see here. All right, so I wanted to. We're recording this episode a little early, and now it's almost 3 anyway. I wanted to record early because Munchie is like apparently he's like leaving the state for like the rest of summer. He's going to be on the West Coast for like the rest of the summer. I didn't know this, but I guess we're going to hang out one last time before he goes. And I wanted to get there. So I was like, hey. So last night I'm like, hey, can we do the PCP early? I want to do it at noon. I want to do it 3 hours early. And eventually you were like, yeah, okay. And then I responded and I was like, actually I stayed up all night playing Minecraft and I don't want to get up that early anymore. So let's push it back 2 of those 3 hours that I wanted to save.
You pushed it back to 1 and then you said, we'll push it back to 2. Just pushing it back to 3, how it was.
But you know, I had a real great time playing Minecraft. I have gotten really. I was on the PCP Minecraft server, which you can join at the patreon.com/the Pro Crastinator. So, I've gotten really into the Thaumcraft mod, and I have. I am turning my slime cave into a sort of inverted wizard's tower, where it's a big like black obelisk that extends under the ground, and it has like all these rooms and staircases. And oh no, I set it all up. I've have it all set up so that now when you put stuff into the what's it called, the smelter, you put stuff into the smelter and it extracts the essentia and it pumps it through a pipe into a room with all these jars, and it like squirts out of the pipes, and it like flies through the air as like ghostly little beams, and it goes into its little jars, and all the jars are arranged around the what's it called, the thing that like can like automatically like make stuff for you, and that thing has a little attachment on it that will automatically like suck up essentia from like the jars all around it, and do the production tasks. It's all very, and I have a little study next to that. I have a little study. You know, I'll get in to Minecraft after this is done, and I'll take screenshots of my study and my smelter room. It's a work in progress. Most of the rooms are empty, but it's also it's all made of coal. I wanted black walls, so all of my walls and hallways are made of coal, just because it looks nice.
I was about to say you could go to the Nether and get like the basalt, but that's all new stuff, and the server's still in. Something.
No, there is basalt.
Is there? How?
Yeah, there's basalt in
Or is it one of those special too many items, or not that?
I used basalt for the floors. The floors and the ceilings are basalt, and the walls are coal.
There's lots of different in the latest Minecraft. I haven't played it, but my brother was telling me that there's like, I can't even remember. There's like deep cobble, which is like black cobble that you can just find in
deep
veins.
Cobble. Deep cobble. That's so cool.
And there's like variants of like gravel and stuff, mulchy sort of weird gravelly something or other. So many variations of stone things you can get that are basically just decorative, as far as I know. Yeah, but deep cobble looks great.
I'm curious about deep cobble. There is I've gotten into the Thaumcraft mod there, but there's a dark purple block. It's basically like metamorphic fungal stone, which I would have to do the other like big magic mod, Botania. I would have to do some Botania to get the metamorphic fungal stone, but it sure would look nice in my duck and dark black and purple tower. Chiseled obsidian is purple, and it looks great, and I've sort of been like embedding it into various places in the walls, sort of as decoration, just for a little splash of color. And I would like to have some fuelium, some like fuelium flowing like down the walls or like through like shafts or whatever, because fuelium has a nice, lovely, bright green color.
Minecraft
deep cobblestone. You mean cobbled deep slate?
Oh, maybe that's what it's called.
There's cobbled deep slate. There's another stone called blackstone, which I
typed in deep cobble and I got real life images. I didn't know fucking stones were real.
You got images from Kabul?
I got images from people's like garden, like patios and.
Oh yeah. Oh wait. Are you wait a minute. Are you telling me that Minecraft is based on a real thing? Nature?
I suppose I am.
There's real... You think that... Stone... I thought Stone was just in a video game. My god.
It's funny because like cobble is like it's a word that nobody used really to describe things because cobbled streets were so, antiquated.
Cobblestone in Minecraft. In Minecraft is not like cobblestone in the real world. In the real world, it's a very like deliberately placed and like very, very work labor intensive way
it's cobbled
of making
together.
Like a very beautiful sort of rustic path. In Minecraft, it's just you break a fucking rock and it crumbles into pieces and it becomes cobblestone. And I don't like it. I don't like that. Bricks, the real life cobblestone is more like what in the game is bricks. So out of Notch, take a fucking get off 8chan. Take a breather from decoding the latest Q drop, and fix it, please. Thank you. That's I showed him. That'll teach him. You there? What's up? Gib. What happened?
Internet gone. Internet
Jeez
fucking
Louise.
gone. Anyway, I was gonna say they were cobbled together. That was what I was gonna say.
Good joke. I had to sit here waiting for like 10 minutes. Well, not 10 minutes.
It's so different because there's only two of us. If one of us gets internet troubles, that's it. Otherwise, before when I would have internet troubles, I would be gone and nobody would even fucking notice. And then I would come back.
Nobody would. We would just be like, "Oh, we got it. The show must go on." Not anymore. Now we're hanging by a thread.
Now the show must end. The show must never go on.
The show must end. Yes. Absolutely. Let's see. Oh yes. So, I guess when we finish here, I will immediately be catching the next bus to go over to see Munchie and Kazzy and those dudes, and see him fucking say bye for summer. I didn't even know he was leaving. I didn't know he was gonna be gone for the rest of the summer until like a few days ago. But he is, Lamau. Maybe we'll get ramen again. Soup Shack. I think I might have mentioned last week that I started writing Road to Radcon Chapter 5, which I am sorry to say I did not get to complete it this week. I have had a very busy week. I've been very preoccupied with trying to avoid Tom's fate. Tom mentioned that the Massachusetts unemployment stuff fucked him over, and I guess was asking him to like pay back a bunch of money. I have had to go through a lot of my old documents and like remake stuff and count up like money I made over like 2019 and 2020, like month to month.
Fuck.
To report it to the agency. Yeah, the the deadline was the other day. They were asking for like fact-finding documentation. They wanted to they wanted proof that I am in fact like working, that I am in fact self-employed in Massachusetts. So I spent like 2 days being like, "Oh my god, I can't find all my 1099s," because when you're self-employed, right, that's the documentation that you need. Is the 1099 is the tax form that they give you to report how much they're paying you because you're freelancer. And I couldn't find a bunch of them, and I was freaking out because I couldn't find the 1099 from the Kickstarter from 2019. Right, because I did the Vapors 2 Kickstarter in 2019, and I should have had a 1099, but they didn't give me one because I never reported that I moved from Georgia. They thought I was still in Georgia. So, and I guess only in like Massachusetts and one or two other states do you need a 1099 unless you make some like outrageous, like it's like $20,000. Like if a place pays you less than $20,000, they don't even give you a 1099, and like it doesn't matter. But in Massachusetts, the threshold is 600. So because I never told them that I moved, they didn't give me the 1099, and I didn't have. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get hit. I'm gonna get tommed. But
that's an unfortunate but true idiom.
Yeah, but I think it was okay. I joined a Facebook group that was for like people dealing with like unemployment office snafus, and I asked like a lady who was in charge of it. I asked her what kind, and she told me that like what they need is just to prove they're not even like checking like they're not even really checking like your income or like how your income changed year to year. They just want to see proof that you are employed the way you say you are, and that you do live and are making money in Massachusetts. So even though I didn't have all my 1099s, I had some of them. and I think hopefully that is enough to prove what I needed to prove. So it hasn't fucked up yet, and hopefully it won't.
Well, yeah,
so
hopefully.
But anyway, that took me like a bunch of my week. I really, really wanted to not fuck that up. So
by the way, that wasn't an idiom. I am an idiot. I was just guessing on what that thing was. But to
wait, what thing?
To be tommed.
Oh, to be tommed. Well, if it might not be an idiom, but we can make it one.
How do you do that? I googled it
already.
I don't even know what it is. I can't understand it.
What?
A group of words established by what? Huh?
You're a you fucking dingus.
I'm stupid.
Tommed. I'm making it up. It's a neologism. It's a neologism, Gib. You knew what I meant through context clues.
Huh?
You knew. You use your context clues. You said that's an unfortunate but true idiom.
Yeah, I know what you meant. I was
you know what I meant?
I was just trying to figure out what word I was trying to use because idiom isn't the correct word.
Oh, I'm the idiom. I thought you meant that you were Googling tommed as a verb. And we're like, that's not a real word. I'm the idiom in this situation. Okay.
Post your favorite idioms in the comments, everybody.
Post your favorite idiots in the comments. My favorite idiot is you, the listener.
People
the commenter.
People trying to figure out how do I post like an image of a mirror in the comments of YouTube. How do I do that?
There's been many times that I wished I could post a funny reaction image in the YouTube comments, but all you can do is post an Imgur link. It sucks.
I mean, you could what's ASCII art? You could ASCII art it.
Sure. If you
just draw a rectangle, say it's a mirror.
If you hate yourself, yeah. Draw a rectangle and put a little like stick figure smiley face in there. Well, it's like all it has to be is a smiley face because it's like in it's like Scott McCloud said in drawing words, writing pictures. If the face is general enough, cartoony enough, you see yourself in it. You project yourself onto it. So if you just draw a simple smiley face, the viewer will understand that they are looking at themselves.
I thought it was like a Highlander thing. Scott McCloud of the Clan McCloud.
No, do you not know Scott McCloud?
I remember. There's the guy who has the book.
He's got at least 2 books. He's have you what is it? It's drawing words and writing pictures and understanding comics is the other one. I think I've read both of them.
I should read them, but
they're good.
I don't know. Doing things that are good for me, I don't know about that.
Why? You should. I mean, I feel like I read them long enough ago that I kind of don't even remember what's in them, and yet I feel like there's a lot to learn. If you haven't read them, you probably should. Have you ever read the Loomis? You ever read like the Loomis drawing books?
I read through it. I didn't do the things though. I tried the first page of like, all right, now draw a circle, now draw shapes on the circles. Okay, made a face. I was like, okay, well, I don't want to draw things that look like this. Stupid.
And
I just
foolish.
I fell off.
You should. Everyone should work their way through. I worked my way all the way through. I think it was definitely figure drawing for all it's worth. And
Fun with a Pencil was the one I was reading.
I think I did figure drawing for all it's worth. I finished figure drawing for all it's worth. I don't think I finished drawing the head and hands. But that one was good. I did some of drawing the head and hands. It's good. It's great to learn because knowledge is power.
No. No, but power corrupts, Ben. I don't want to be that kind of person.
Well, no, it's good. It's good to be corrupt, actually. If you just have to make sure you're the one on top. You just got to get yours.
Oh, okay.
You learn all the art techniques and then not let anyone else learn them to maintain the hierarchy. I believe is the way it's done. Let's see. What else is going on?
Oh, I was gonna say
mhm.
it's a typical American situation to give out money for COVID relief, but then to put a lot of money into following up to make sure that people weren't lying so that they can rob people. They can get the money back.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's funny. Yeah, I hate this. I hate this. They claim, and I don't know how true it is. They claim that there were like widespread unemployment fraud, wherein like organizations would like would mass claim like unclaimed social security numbers and like claim benefits in the names of those people uh for like fuck I don't know, underground fucking crime organizations. Like, yeah, I don't
Isn't
know. For fuck
like a
just fucking
social security number like a really insecure number or something?
I think it's not as secure as maybe we wish it was. Yeah,
Like
I think so.
like they just go up one at a time or something. I remember seeing a CGP Grey video where the social security number in America is like subpar when compared to other countries' equivalent like numbers.
That sounds familiar. That sounds familiar, but I don't
because it was not designed. It was not designed for the purpose that it is currently used for. So
nice.
Whoops.
Rad.
Fraud everywhere.
Yeah, I gotta like. I mean, I'm a big believer in like non-means tested. Like, just give people stuff. Like, just give people free stuff, and like it'll sort itself out. I can't imagine that like a big concerted government effort to be like, ooh, we gave out too much COVID relief. We gotta like send out all these paperwork to everyone and be like, hey, fill these paperwork outs, and if you fuck it up, we're gonna take you to court and make you pay it back. Okay, thank you. Like that's not gonna work. That's not gonna be worth the time and effort. There's no way. It's so stupid.
People living paycheck to paycheck, they get all that money, they buy food and eat it, and they got nothing to give back.
They use it to pay their rent, and then they're like, they fucking forget to dot their I's and cross their T's, and the government is like, we think you're part of a syndicated unemployment insurance scam crime ring. We're gonna need $10,000 back. Thanks. Thank you.
Surely if it gets to court and the person arrives and they're like, oh, it's just an individual, okay, forget it. They should do that, but they won't. They don't. They'll take that money and put that person in prison just because that's how the system is.
I don't know. I'm sure it depends on the person. I'm sure that like I feel optimistic that probably most people can just be like apply for a waiver, and like as long as they can just prove that they are who they say they are, they'll probably get it. I don't know. I hope so. Obviously I don't know. Because all this is like still going on. But I mean, Massachusetts is a pretty good state for like not fucking people on that stuff. It's very much like very like civil protections in place to protect like people in court and renters and employees' rights and stuff. They actually just they just expanded like employee leave rights in the state, and my local representative Christine Barber posted about like here's what you need to know about paid leave in Massachusetts as of today going forward. And I went on Twitter, I said based at her. It's like based Christine Barber, dab. She was the incumbent, and there was another lady who was running against her who I voted for. I didn't vote for Christine Barber because her opponent was a Bernieite, and she had a rose in her name, and I was like, well, that's all I need to know. But I mean, whatever. Even the shitty candidates in Massachusetts. I don't know why we had a I don't know why like Mitt Romney was our like governor for a while. and he's like a Republican. I don't know why that happened. But even the shitty candidates are still like liberal Democrats in Massachusetts. Like we had the Senate race was Ed Markey versus Joe Kennedy. And like their policy stances were not even that dissimilar. They didn't even disagree on very many policy things. But that was kind of the point. That was kind of why everyone hated Joe Kennedy, because he was clearly just running because he's a Kennedy and he wanted to be a senator. He wasn't going to do anything differently than Ed Markey was already doing. He was just like, it should be me. It's my fucking legacy. I'm going to run.
It's my time.
It's my time. It's my time. I think he was the first Kennedy to like ever lose a Senate race in Massachusetts. Good for him. Good for him.
I wonder if there's any Lincolns about saying,
he died.
No, I
mean he got shot, and when he got shot, all of his offspring like dissolved. They all just got Thanos snapped, just like he did. He just turned to powder right there.
They're like his minions in the boss battle. You defeat the boss, and then all the minions dissolve, and then the star appears, and you grab it.
Yes. The star appeared. And then John Wilkes Booth like jumped up, grabbed the star, and did a little spin and gave the peace sign.
Wahoo!
It was John Wilkes Booth, right? I'm not confusing that with some other assassination, right?
No, that's the name. I've heard.
I'm pretty sure. Sometimes I confuse
Alexander
John Wilkes
Graham Booth.
Sometimes I confuse John Wilkes Booth with John Wayne Gacy, but I'm pretty sure those are two very different people. But it's you mentioned, right, you said something about giving away money for COVID, which is actually the next thing on my list of things I want to talk about. Is that, but a different kind. Have you heard of, do you have anything like this? In Massachusetts they're doing VaxMillions. Do you know what this is?
I've heard you talk about it in your server.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any equivalent over here.
VaxMillions, baby. We're not even the only state doing this. There was another state that was doing it first, but we're doing it too. They're literally doing they're doing 5 like lottery drawings of people that are vaccinated, and if you're vaccinated, you get entered in a lottery, and if they draw your name, you win $1 million. I can't fucking wait. I can't fucking wait for VaxMillions.
It's so stupid, but it's a good idea, because the people who want like lottery, million, those are the people who kind of sort of don't trust vaccinations for some reason. They need an incentive.
That's gonna be the people who are like probably disengaged, right? Like disengaged from politics or whatever fucking factors lead someone to be vaccinated. But if a $1 million lottery, there's a market. That's a whole new market.
It's so stupid to not try it. I wonder how many people are going to just try and pretend they have the vaccine somehow and assume that will work.
I don't think it would work. I mean, you didn't have to show ID or anything to get vaccinated. You just had to you literally just had to show up and like say what your name was. And if they had like that name on their like records as scheduled for today, they let you in and they jabbed you.
Yeah, well, they're keeping some sort of track of who has it.
Yeah. You didn't need your driver's license or anything, which is good because my driver's license was expired as of like earlier this year. So I'm glad they didn't require it. Although I just got a renewal in the mail. I'm so excited. I can buy booze again.
Speaking of like licenses, my passport has expired this June. I didn't really notice because there's no traveling I was planning on doing. But there was a thing. I was thinking maybe I could go see like Munchie and you and everyone at some point. Yeah. They wanted me to come. I was like, I'll maybe. You know, I'm scared about traveling. I checked my passport though; it doesn't work, and it's gonna take too long for me to get another one. But in the process of doing that, I got to this this unfortunate little moment that annoyed me.
A little
snafu. I can renew it fine, but I have to keep all the information the same. I was thinking, I kind of don't like the the multiple choice. So you male or female? Because I see that in forums, and obviously before there was no question. I just clicked the thing and male every time, no thought. But now that there's there's a question there. It's a decision I'm making. I'm like, am I gonna get in trouble for doing this when I don't know, the government doesn't think I am?
What do you? Okay, it asks you what your gender was.
Yeah, like because they put the little gender in the thing, and it's like M or F, and I was like, I'd like F, but then they say, okay, all you need to do is get a gender recognition certificate from the government to say that you are the gender you say you are. And in order to do that, you need a doctor's note to say, yes, you are that gender. And you also need to have been living as that gender for at least 2 years. And you need to show that you will live as that gender for the rest of your life.
How are they going to prove that?
I don't know. I think they just need you to say that you're going to do that. And they need some person.
That sounds like just a thing that you're just supposed to say yes to.
Yeah. The thing is, you say yes because, of course, you're going to. And then they have like a psychiatric evaluation to determine whether you're actually telling the truth or something.
Wait. You're saying when you apply for a passport, if you say you want to change your gender, they're going to make you go and see like a doctor?
Yes.
Give you like an evaluation?
To give me an evaluation to see whether I'm like faking it or not. And only then, if I give that information with my old passport, mail that in, will they send me the new one with the gender change.
That's weird.
So it's really, it feels...
That seems weird.
It feels sickening. It feels a little gross, and it makes me upset just thinking about going through the whole process of that. So I haven't... I've got like I've paid for the renewal, because I was thinking maybe, I could just do it, right? I could just say gender female. But then, no. I could send the passport off, but they will just reject the gender change. And I can get my new passport, and I could look at it, and it will say male in there, and I'll be like, It's such an infinitesimally small thing that doesn't really affect my real life at all. It just annoys me that I have to... It feels demeaning, you know? It feels a little degrading to go through that.
Do you have any idea what the like examination would consist of?
I have no idea. They say doctor's note. I was told that you could just ask your doctor, just send them a note, and then they'll do it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try that, but I need to get in. I've sent my GP like an email saying, "Can you do that?" And they'll get back to me, I guess. I don't know when. So I want to try and see if it's that simple. But I'm a little worried that they're gonna be like, well, no, do more. And I'm like, oh no.
How are they gonna know? Like, oh no, we have pictures of you a year and a half ago where you were wearing a top hat. And that means you weren't a woman then, so you got 6 more months.
It's just the thing that annoys me about it is that I feel like it's obviously pointless, because it comes down to the like what's the problem with people quote unquote faking it anyway? Like what is the purpose of the gender on a passport, really?
I mean, I agree.
Was it they're female or male, that means they're more or less likely to like have a bomb on the plane?
It's
like, what does it matter?
Gib, obviously, if you could just call up the NHS or whatever and get an F on your card, then tomorrow you could go to the Olympic weightlifting tryouts and become a gold medalist in the women's powerlift category. Stupid.
I couldn't beat like a 4-year-old.
Don't you care about the integrity of women's sports?
No, I don't.
Fuck, that's really misogynistic of you.
I don't care about sports. I never have.
And I don't care about women. Together, we don't care about women's sports.
I mean, that whole argument is just sort of like, yeah, whatever, sure.
Yeah.
I just want to be not like, I want to be treated good. Can I have that, please?
Yeah. Well,
I feel like,
I don't know.
I mean, it's pretty obvious to me that a lot of people do the women's sports thing because they just find trans people icky, and they have this as their excuse.
That's their, because it's hard to argue. Like, when I think about it, I find myself being like, gee, I don't know. I kind of feel like I don't even qualify to have an opinion on like who should be allowed to compete in what sports category. That kind of seems like something that like professional athletes and like athletic biologists and like sports scientists should, and like nutritionists and endocrinologists should be answering. Like, I so like it's hard to even have, because that's a really technical debate, is like what are the qualifying questions to determine like who's in what league.
I mean, for what it's worth, being on HRT changes your bone density and like your muscle strength anyway, as long as you've been on it for a while.
Yeah.
So like the whole like advantage of being male, it varies depending on whether they're taking hormones.
If like allowing trans women to compete in women's sports, if that led to like suddenly the league is dominated by trans women, then maybe it would be like, okay, there's some advantage here that is like skewing things, and it's like, I would say then maybe it's worth asking the experts, like maybe we need to redefine the leagues somehow. Right.
There's an interesting...
But as far as I can tell, it isn't like that, and that hasn't happened.
No, I mean, very occasionally. It's an interesting question. It deserves talking about, but I don't care about talking about it, and I know a lot of the people talking about it don't care.
Also don't care, but they'll use it as a wedge issue. They just don't like
trans people. And this is their W.
They don't give a fuck about women's sports until they can latch onto it as a like, oh well, these fucking freaks wanna invade women's spaces, so we gotta kill them.
You've never cared about women's spaces, Johnny America, you piece of
America. Shit. Hey, don't insult my cousin Johnny America on today, the holiest night of the year, July 4th. Did you know that today is American Independence Day?
Of course I know that. I
never shut up about
it. You dang Yankees never stop talking about America.
Ben, every day in the Discord, you're like, only a week left until 4th of July. Only 6 days left until the 4th of July. Oh, it's the 28th of June. Pog. I do like the 4th of July because traditionally they do a, in Boston, they do fireworks shows like all over the dang place. And usually I would go up to Tufts. I would go to Tufts campus to this one like pagoda they have. And you can kind of see over the Boston skyline, and you can see like fireworks over the city, on the like pretty far away, but you can still see them. And that's where I would watch them. Generally, maybe I don't know. I'm gonna go see Munchie and Kazzy later, so maybe there'll be like some different place, or maybe we just won't even fucking bother. I don't even care that much. It's fine. It's all good.
I make sure to drink a cup of tea on the 4th of July.
Criminal.
I do every day.
We should fucking... Oh, I saw a really funny tweet. It was a video of people tearing down a statue, like they do,
nice.
as has become popular today among the youth. But it was people in Canada tearing down a statue of the Queen, right, of England.
Based.
And the tweet was like, guy with tattoos of 1776 and the "Don't Tread on Me" snake. Why are you tearing down history? You get it? Because, like, America. The tweet was saying that the kind of guy who would be like, oh, America, yeah, don't tear down Confederate statues because that's American history. America, don't tread on me, a Gadsden flag. That kind of guy wouldn't like tearing down statues But what if it's a statue of the Queen of England, who his country famously rebelled against? So it's like, oh, he's so conflicted. On the one hand, I love that we fucking did the war for independence, but on the other hand, I love statues so much.
Oh, think of the property damage. No, put it back.
Put it back, please. Imagine being crushed under a statue.
Like your head, like train's coming.
Like a train's coming, yeah. That's what I thought. I saw that statue come down and crash in the ground, and I was like, I'm imagining what it would feel like to be under it and just obliterated. Just my bones just crunched and all my fucking soft tissues eviscerated.
If you become like a full-time game dev, that'll be your first original game. Is like getting Head Crush Simulator.
Head Crush Simulator. Oh, God. Jesus. No.
Press A to writhe.
Oh. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Like every night before I go to bed, I like think about like, what if my head was crushed? And I'll like have a little fucking spasm. I'll be like, no. I can't sleep. Oh, I want to scream. I have to empty my mind. I have to use Isaac Sunsengi's Kumdo meditation techniques to empty my mind like the surface of a still pond.
You put your ear to the train tracks and you listen hard, and then an airplane lands straight on your other ear.
What would you do, huh? What would you do then, huh?
You'd be fucking dead, probably.
You'd be dead, bro. Yeah, not so tough now. But VaxMillions, though, I'm so excited for VaxMillions. I'm literally going to like mark my calendar and like wait for the day. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna make this a thing. It's gonna be just like Cyclonials, just like how I was waiting for every new chapter of Cyclonials. Every week on Thursday from July 29th through August 26th, I'm gonna be at my computer and be like, oh, they're gonna announce the new VaxMillions winner. Because like, apparently you have to respond within 24 hours to claim your prize. So like, imagine if like I missed it and they picked me and then I just like didn't notice until the next day.
You just do a live stream the entire day.
Lives the entire day, yeah. Imagine if I won VaxMillions on stream. They're doing yeah, once a week they pick an 18 plus person and a 12 to 17 person, and I guess the 12 to 17 gets a 300,000 scholarship grant, and the 18 plus gets $1 million. I thought they weren't vaccinating 12-year-olds yet. Are they vaccinating 12 to 17-year-olds? That's cool, I guess. I hope they are. I like vaccinations. I trust the science. Ooh, soy. Oh, soy face. Oh, lower transmission rates. Oh, reduced symptoms. Oh, oh, the death rate is plummeting. Oh, Delta variant. Oh, stupid. How embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing to do good things.
Cringe. It's so cringe to win $1 million. I can't fucking wait. I'm calling it now. I'm gonna win all 5. I'm gonna win all 5 VaxMillions. Pog.
What would you even do with 5 sets of $1 million?
What would I do with $5 million? I would move to a nicer apartment. Actually, by then I'll have to be moved into somewhere. Still haven't found a new apartment. I have to move at the end of this month. And
wouldn't you want to buy like a whole building so you don't have to pay rent forever?
You know what? Yeah, you're right. If I had $5 million, yeah, I would just buy a building outright. Yeah, there's no question. Absolutely right.
I guess the only downside is that you can't move easily. You'd have to sell it. But, like,
well,
rent sucks.
I mean, I mean, not to be landlord pilled or anything, but I mean, if you owned a building, you could just move out, rent another building, and just rent the place you own.
True.
You don't have to live in the building you own. Although I mean, it's probably the most cost effective. If you do,
just buy all the buildings and then pay security guards to kill people who try to sleep in them.
Why hasn't anyone thought of this before? No, you don't even have to pay. You don't even have to pay security guards to protect your property. The fucking civilian, municipal police will do it for you. That's what they do. They're there to protect you, the landlord. They're there for free. Literally, the state pays them to protect your private investments of multiple, housing complexes. They are there to respond to crack down on people who offend your property. How fucked up is that?
Pretty fucked up.
Literally.
I'm trying very hard to find a positive spin on that. I don't know.
Literally, I think I was reading Kropotkin when I had this realization. It was literally the police exist to protect property, and rich people, landowners, homeowners, the more homes you own, the more stuff you own, the more the police protect you. They literally they work for you. They work, in theory, they work for everyone to protect everyone's property. But the more you own, the more of their free protection you are provided. The more they will fucking crack down on your enemies for trespassing on your stuff, and you don't have to do anything. You can literally you can own a property, not defend it, not maintain it in any way. But if someone is trespassing on it, if you happen to own it, you can call the cops, and some fucking burly guy will come and crack their skull with a fucking butt of his pistol, just because you want him to.
Yeah, I guess a phone call costs nothing.
Phone call costs nothing. Just like all the best things in life. The best things in life are free, like calling the cops to brutalize a homeless person. So yeah, VaxMillions. VaxMillions, I'm hype. You can bet that through July and August, I will be reporting every episode of the PCP. I will be on the show to be like, yes, this week, once again, I have won VaxMillions.
I'd be excited to see the VaxMillions corner.
If I win VaxMillions, I will personally give everyone who likes the video, I will personally give everyone who likes the episode that I announced that I won VaxMillions $1. Like the video, screenshot that you gave the video a like, DM me the screenshot of the like button that you hit, and then
such a small amount.
And then give me your PayPal, and I will PayPal you $1 out of my VaxMillions. See, I'm spreading it around.
That episode just happens to get 1 million likes.
It'll be for a million likes on a PCP episode, worth it. That totally worth it. Me millions as 2 millions, as the Espanol would say. Look forward to that, everybody.
Yes. Update on the Lord of Ghosts Kickstarter. It's been going well. It's been going good. It's very, very, very close now. It's £40, only £40 away as of recording to the Redman Zine stretch goal. 90 backers. 16 days to go. By the time you're listening to this, it'll be 10 days to go. There's not much time left. You have to do it. You just have to do it.
I literally went on Facebook. I know, cringe. I literally went on my Facebook that I never use, and I posted a link to the Kickstarter, and I said my friend is kickstarting a comic, and I went to the Boston Comics Roundtable Facebook group and I said, my friend is kickstarting a comic. Wow.
You said it in a different voice.
I did. I did. In my personal one, I was just kind of like, hey, I know someone who's doing a thing. And on the Boston Comics Run, I was like,
you're pitching
she's doing a thing. There's merch and everything. Whoa. Yeah.
I really appreciate that. It was very nice.
I hope that maybe one of the like 2 people that have pledged since then might have come from there, or maybe not. I don't know. Who knows? You might know, or maybe you don't.
Who knows? Well, I can check. I can check.
You know what? Yeah.
All right.
Check and tell me if they're complete strangers' names that you don't recognize. I'm gonna assume that I got them on Facebook.
Well, there's Super 2D,
Okay.
Jonathan Kirkwood, Rhomboid Goat Cabin, and Sick Normal are the foremost. When did you do this? It was just a day ago, right?
3 days ago.
Oh, 3 days ago.
Two or 3 days. It was at 88. It was at 88 when I posted, and now it's at 90.
I can't think about what that means. Yeah, I think those 4 I mentioned are the ones. I don't recognize a lot of these names. I think they're different from like names they have on other social medias, but yeah.
I would say viewers, listeners, maybe if you're listening, maybe you're already supporting the Kickstarter, or maybe you can't support the Kickstarter, you don't have any money right now, that's okay. It really makes a difference. This is how, running mine, I really appreciate it whenever anyone shared it. And like, you can fucking, you know what? Just fucking spam it in like Discords that you're in. You know what? Honestly, I'm in a bunch of like shitty Discords that I don't even use. Maybe later today, I already put it on Facebook. Maybe later today, I will just go and put it in a whole bunch of these Discords that I haven't looked at in a year. And maybe I'll get banned for spamming. Who gives a fuck?
I don't know why I haven't mentioned that. Like, I say, hey, check out my Kickstarter and pledge if you like. I haven't said share it around. That's a
share it around is good, because some people will not be in a position where they want to pledge, but they can share, and they'll do that, and that's good. Share that shit, everybody, if you want to help get that fucking plush. If you want to get that fucking plush, and then I'll increase my pledge so I get that plush.
Yes, looking at the curve, the what is it? Line graph.
Show me the line.
It's there was a bit where it was very slow and then it increased for a second.
Yeah.
But it's slowing down again. I think just because it's halfway through, or a little before halfway through, that it's like, I'll get around to it. Like, people who would pledge are gonna pledge later.
This looks. I had great graphs from mine. They look pretty similar. Yeah, it shoots up at the beginning and then it tapers off, and then there's like bumps every here and there, as like people who maybe wanted to pledge but couldn't like get around to it, or get some money, and are like, okay, we'll go back and pledge.
Oh, you know what? I haven't checked, but today, as we're recording, that comic podcast that I sent my voicemail into is going to go live. I should go listen to that and hear myself and go, oh, what? I sound so bad. And then I'll know that people have heard me talk about Lord of Ghosts.
Did I mention that the days all blur together? I don't know what's happening. Did I mention last week about the Animorphs podcast?
What about it? I think you did mention it.
Did I say that I was going to be on it, or that I had been on it? Let me see. Because I made a tweet about it. So yeah, I was on Anamorphin Time. That was on June 29th. Okay, no. Yeah, last week I said I was going to be. So yes, this week I was on the Anamorphing Time podcast, the leftist Animorphs podcast, All Cops Are Yerks, stab. With Nate and Tyler. That will be out on Apple Podcasts. I think Tyler's told me that it would be out on the 20th. I think it'll be out on July 20th. He said 3 weeks from the day we recorded it.
Damn.
we read oh yeah, so if you want to prepare, if you just want to listen to my episode, we read book 31. It was number 31, The Conspiracy. It's a Jake book. And this if you oh my god. It's what I want to talk about it, but I don't want to like spoil it too much, I guess.
They anamorph.
They do anamorph. It is okay. If you want to prepare for that episode, prepare for my anamorphing time appearance, you can go and find. If you just Google like anamorphs PDFs, it's really easy. Someone has uploaded just like PDFs of every single book. You can find the entire thing and read it online really easily. Also, I was like kind of dreading my book. I thought it might take like, I forgot how short they are. I literally read the entire book in like 2.5 hours. They're so short. I don't want to talk about the details of the book because like, you know, we go into it. We go through the whole plot on the pod, but it's so bad. It's such a bad fucking book. It's kind of hilarious how fucking dumb everything is. Like when I read them as a kid, I think I got up to maybe book like late 20s. So I had never read this one. This is 31. I think there's like 50 of them. And this is definitely into the part where like the series is basically done and it's ready to conclude, but they want to make more books. So they're just going to have a bunch of like stupid filler happen until they finally are ready to end it. It is basically a pointless filler episode, but the really infuriating thing about it is that there are like the premise of the episode like could have been a big deal. Like it could have been like a huge turning point, except that for no reason they all decide, no, we can't do anything. We have to make sure that nothing happens. We have to make the dumbest plan in the world that guarantees that no progress will be made in our quest to protect the world from this alien invasion. They could have fucking gotten shit done, but they like deliberately sabotaged themselves, and it's infuriating. But it was a fun podcast.
Cool. Go check that out.
But it was a fun podcast. Weird coincidence. Yeah, check that out in like 2 weeks when that it'll be about 2 weeks after this episode comes out. Weird coincidence. There was a guy who I used to know from my old Discord server before the current one that I have, the old one. His name's Divine Soup Can. Hello, Divine Soup Can, if you're listening. He randomly started they started shouting him out on the Anamorphin Time podcast because he would send them in like really bizarre animal facts about like, yeah, this like really bizarre animal facts. And I was like I know that guy. I literally know that guy. What are the odds?
What are the odds that a person would listen to a podcast?
Would listen to another podcast that I also listen to? You know what? There's no such thing as a coincidence.
It was a distant.
Have you seen that guy? The There's No Such Thing as a Coincidence guy?
Oh, is he the guy who the lady screamed in the video, but he just kept going?
Yeah. Why did she scream?
I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's a strange scream to say if, like, I assumed she looked back at him and he had a very piercing gaze and she was like screaming at, but like that's a weird thing to do. So I think she probably just tripped.
She walked by him. She walked by him and like knew he was there.
She walked by him. She didn't see his face. That's why I thought that. But I think it's more likely she just tripped and fell.
His face isn't that scary.
No, it's sort of like intense.
Yeah,
he looks like a anime villain.
I saw that clip with the scream. I thought the scream was added. Like I thought it was an edit because it's so weird that it's there.
And then he had like a follow-up, like, a lot of you are wondering why I didn't react to the scream.
Yeah.
It was like, What is this guy?
Just re-record your fucking take. Re-record the fucking take with someone screams when you're trying to record your fucking "there's no such thing as a coincidence" TikTok. Simple.
I wonder what, with that, what? I don't understand. I didn't really look into it.
No.
But it seems fascinating. It must have been pre-planned if there's no such thing as a coincidence. Maybe she was an extra that he hired to scream.
There's that's scream. Well, maybe that's it. The scream wasn't a coincidence. He was like, that scream must be here for a reason. You know,
I knew exactly what to do.
I must have manifested this scream somehow from the energies
so that I
of
would
the
get
universe.
so that I would get comedy views and then skyrocket into relevance.
So it would go viral. Well, it worked, and it worked.
It's no such
now
thing.
Now I know who that guy is.
It's all true. He's so smart.
It's all fucking true. I'm actually kind of mad because it completely worked. Jesus.
We should invite him on the podcast, and he can have a webcam and do that.
We don't even know what his name is. Yeah, we can have him on like Mary as a VTuber, but instead it's just him
in the
against
park.
a green screen, just staring directly into the camera. Yeah. Has it been hot for you?
A little bit hot and then cold. But it's not cold. I guess hot and then wet. But temperate. I guess. It hasn't been like heat wavy as I've heard it's been.
Yeah, on the West Coast, it's been like 120 degrees. It's been like record breaking, like we're all gonna die levels of hot. On the East Coast, it's been a heat wave here too. It hasn't been quite as bad, but it's recently broken because it started raining a lot. So the last couple days have not been that bad. It's been rainy. But it was really hot. It was really hot for a minute there. I have my room is pretty small, and I have an air conditioner in my window, and I was keeping the air conditioner going like full blast all day, and it wasn't enough. I was still sweating in my room. My room is very badly ventilated. It gets really hot in the summer because it's up. One, heat rises, and I'm on the third floor, and two, I think the sun on the roof. I think the sun heats the roof, and the heat seeps in through my roof. So my room gets really, really hot, even in the best of times. So yeah, even the full blown air conditioner was like it was like kind of handling it, but it was still like uncomfortable. So
it's really oppressive when it's so hot because it's like, where do you go? When you're already in the shade and you have access to water and you still feel like you're gonna die. It's like.
There's nowhere to escape to.
There's nothing that can improve this. You just have to like dig down a hole into the ground and live underground. But you don't have a hole.
But you can't. You don't have a shovel.
You don't have a
human
diamond
hands can't
pick.
dig that well. No, you don't have a diamond pick. You don't have a void metal. You don't have a void metal pick with silk touch called Big Softy like I do. You can't. You can't dig down a big shaft and make your fucking thaumaturgical wizard's tower underground. If only.
It's just that sort of despair you feel when you're sitting by an open fridge and you're like, I'm gonna die. It's still too hot.
Sitting by an open fridge, like that one episode of The Simpsons where they like open their fridge and like set up a little tent in front of it.
Yeah. I remember. Simpsons, they predicted heat.
They predicted the climate change. Oh, they predicted it would be hot in the summer. A pog. Yeah. Yes. Ooh.
Yeah, lucky for me, I suppose, that it hasn't been devastating, but it'll happen. I mean, it happened last year. August was very, very hot over here.
Yeah, I guess it might still get hotter. Huh? That's a bummer. I guess it's doing like a heat dome. I keep hearing people say that there's a heat dome. I don't know what that is. I can picture it. I can sort of understand from context clues what a heat dome might be.
Like a Dragon Ball Z like scene from space explosion blast.
Exactly.
But with heat.
Oh, funny thing happened yesterday. I mentioned that I'm super strong now. I mentioned that that I squat 2-plate like a god. But it's not that impressive because I'm fat too, so it all evens out. I went to the basement to lift yesterday, and I put my phone down on like a little it's like a thing, like a table, like a folded up table that's leaning against the wall. And I went to squat, and I picked up my phone, and I see something on the screen of the phone, and I didn't know what they were. I was afraid they might be lice or bed bugs, but I'm pretty sure they were actually dust mites. They were really, really small, like the smallest bug I've ever seen. They were so tiny, but I could see them moving around on my phone.
Ooh.
And I looked at my hand, and there were some on my hand too. And I was like, "Oh my god!" Because I thought I thought they might be parasites of some kind, lice, bed bugs, whatever.
Ooh,
I was like, "Oh my
gross.
god, I'm infested! Oh my god, they're gonna get on me! They're gonna live in my hair! They're gonna live in my body! They're gonna live in my asshole! I'm fucking done!" And I got scared. And the fear and the terror gave me an adrenaline rush that I think it made me better at lifting. I think it helped me power through my last set on the bench press. 150, baby. That's a recent PB.
Wait, so you didn't rush to the shower to get rid of him? You rushed to the bench.
I had to finish my lifts.
Oh, I missed the beginning of the convo of the use. I'm sorry, I'm out of it today. I'm barely listening to anything.
No, I mean it's fair. Well, I mean I rushed to finish my lift so that I could go and get in the shower as quickly as possible. I did spend a little while standing there like very intently like looking at my hands trying to see if I could spot any more and like try and flick them off. But at the same time like I knew that they're so small that like there's even no matter how closely I looked, I could very easily have missed some. So I finished my lifts and then I did go and I took a shower. As hot as I could stand.
It's one of the most unsettling things. Is like the slow realization that thing actually is a bug. Oh my god. Oh no.
Oh my god.
Like you look at a thing and you're like, is that just like a piece of plastic or like what is that? Oh no. And then it's like a spider and you jumps into your face and you die.
Yeah, dust mites, I mean, they're so small, it's almost like they don't even exist. So they're not that gross. And they're not like harmful. Like they don't really bite or anything. They're not parasites. They don't suck your blood or eat your skin or whatever. So like I don't even think it's bad that I got some on my hands.
Wait,
but
they
like,
don't eat your
still
skin?
unsettling.
What do they even do then?
Well, dust mites just, I don't know, I guess they eat dust or whatever. They just live on the floor.
Isn't that like mostly dead skin cells? Or at least a large amount. I heard that like there's things like that live on people's pillows because of like fatty oils from skin or whatever.
I think
they're like, fucking feeding frenzy. It's disgusting.
Okay, I mean they do eat skin. They do eat skin flakes from humans. Like yeah, they might eat some of your dead skin, but like they're so small. They don't. What I'm saying is they don't like nest on human bodies, right? Like lice live in your hair. Dust mites don't like live on you. They might get on you and they might eat some of your dead skin, but like they're so small they don't even exist. They're literally microscopic, even though you can technically see them. You can see them if you look real hard, if you squint real good.
You put your eyeball right next to them and they jump onto your eyes.
I don't think they can jump. They look exactly like head crabs. They're tiny, 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 but if you look really close, they literally look like head crabs.
From Half-Life?
Yeah. No, from real life.
Well, I don't know. Maybe there is a thing called a head crab.
There is not. There is no... Oh, look at Kazzy. Look at Kazzy being fucking cheeky. Kazzy is in the server.
Do voicemails so Ben can come over. Yeah, Kazzy's waiting for you, Ben.
She's just gonna have to she's gonna have to wait until I'm done going through my funny little list of topics to bring up on the episode, which actually I'm basically done with. I think that was the last one.
The one start voicemails.
The one last thing that I wanted to mention was last episode I talked about hanging out with those guys and playing Smash and playing Inkling and not knowing how to refill my ink, and a couple of people messaged me to be like, actually you can refill your ink at any time if you shield and hit down B. So thanks to everyone who hit me up with the pro tips on Inkling. I'm sure we'll play Smash today, and I will try to use that, but Munchie is so much better at Smash than me. I can barely take a stock off him, like, when he's just fucking around and basically letting me win. So, you know. I was a while, this wasn't the last time, but like several weeks ago, I was over there. We were playing Smash. I decided to just play Sephiroth just to see what he was like. I think Munchie was playing Kirby. And, like, I managed to take, like, 2 stocks off him. And I was like, oh, wow, I actually kind of won. And the next time I saw him, I was like, hey, last time we played Smash, you just let me take those stocks off you, right? And he was like, yes. And I was like, okay. just making he didn't even pretend. But that's just how it is. That's just how it be sometimes.
Completely forgot Sephiroth was in Smash. So many funny reveals.
He's kind of cool. I like playing as him. He's got reach. He's got big swings. He's got big reach with his sword, and he makes big explosions with his hands. And that's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's it. I guess that's all I had to fucking say about all that bullshit. Voicemails. We got a lot, so let's fucking...
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, fuck. Okay. Oh, they all look short. I'm looking at the first page, and they're all under a minute. Oh, except this one. Except one, but it's okay. They're all under a minute. Okay, good. All right. Send us a message at speakpipe.com/PCP voicemail if you want us to fucking hear what you have to say about literally anything. Unless we really don't like it, and then we'll tell Eleazar to cut it. But that doesn't usually happen. Most of you are pretty good. Thanks for the voicemails. Okay, first one is John Lennon is a hack. You see that?
Yes.
Okay, on 3, 2, 1, go.
Who's your favorite Beatle? John,
I don't fucking know.
Paul, George, or Ringo? My favorite is Yoko. What about you?
I know, what do I even know? I know that Ringo is the one that everyone says was untalented, and he was on, not Reading Rainbow, he was on the Thomas the Tank Engine show. Shining Time Station? Is that what it was called?
What?
Did you know that Ringo Starr was, he was the conductor.
I know he was the narrator.
Shining Time Station.
What do you mean Shining? I thought it was just for the show, for like a bunch of seasons. He was the voice.
Well, the show is, I think the show is called Shining Time Station. It's not, the show is not called Thomas the Tank Engine. Is it? Wait.
Well, wow, I'd never heard of that. I just thought it was Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends.
No, this is like a Warriors versus Warrior. Everyone calls it Thomas the Tank Engine, but no. The series, wait. Is this a different show? Yeah, he was Mr. Conductor on Shining Time Station, as was George Carlin. Wait a minute. Elements of the show were incorporated into the 2000 Thomas and Friends film. Okay, no, that's later. That's like a remake. It incorporated sequences from the British. Oh my god, this is amazing. Holy shit, they Power Rangered it.
Huh?
This is blowing my mind. This is blowing my fucking mind. Okay, I guess Thomas Thomas the Tank Engine, I guess, was a British show.
Yeah.
And they showed it in America. I didn't know any of this. They showed it in America, but they showed it as part of a program called Shining Time Station. Like, and the Thomas the Tank Engine were just like segments in the Shining Time Station show. Wow.
Did you watch that as Shining Time
Yes.
Station?
Yes,
Well,
I did. Yeah, I watched Shining Time Station as a kid.
I just knew it as like we had a VHS, I think, of like Thomas the Tank Engine and Ringo Starr said stuff. That was just it. That was it.
But Ringo Starr was on Shining Time Station. He wasn't in Thomas the Tank Engine.
No, he was the voice of the narrator for Thomas and first 2 series of Thomas and Friends.
Well, that's confusing because I guess he did both.
Well,
I guess maybe
I guess his I mean he's a big name in America as well. So like him doing the Thomas the Tank Engine narration, and then they get him over for the American something or other.
I'm confused why they felt the need to like remake it and like add new non-train segments. I'm confused why they felt they had to do that when considering the original is in English. Wow, this is very, very, very weird, very strange. Okay.
So because of that, Ringo's the best.
What do I know? I know that John Lennon was a fucking hippie. I know that Paul died. I know.
And that he just max survived, that's all.
Yeah. I've seen that Quentin Reviews video
Paul
about the conspiracy
War.
that Paul is dead. Yeah.
My favorite has been George, just because I liked his solo work more. Actually, I don't know about that. Nah, my favorite's Paul, because I
George
like
is the one that I know the least about.
George is the guy who got the Indian like the sitar influence musical stuff into the Beatles for those few albums.
I thought that was John Lennon.
No. John wishes he was that fucking hippiness. John actually, I think John was actually jealous of George for having like a weird, interesting passion. He was like, "Fuck."
So I'm gonna marry an Asian lady.
Yeah, that'll show him.
That'll show him. That's funny. If you had asked me who were in the Beatles, I would have said Paul, Ringo, John. I think I might have forgotten that there even was a George. Like I know there's 4 of them, but I don't think I would have remembered that his name was George. So that's
my favorite's George Allison.
I don't know. I don't really have a favorite. I don't know. Sorry. Okay. You got a good answer though. And now I know about Shining Time Station. Next voicemail is called Henlo Corgo, cool and new webcomic. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey Ben, so I was wondering if you have heard of or perhaps even read Cool and New webcomic, the Homestuck fan comic where they're rewriting Homestuck in the style of Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good, pretty funny. If you haven't read it, I would totally check it out.
I have seen it, and I kind of made a mental note that, like, I want to read this, but it was still going on. So I think I said, like, I'll come back and read this later, and I haven't ever gotten around to actually reading it. But yeah, I've seen it, and I think it looks cool.
I read some of it. I got to a point where there was, like, it was a funny joke, where it's like the Midnight Crew. They're all, like, dumb, except for Jack. And they're, like, the things they say, like, sleep with the fishes, but put him in a good, I don't know. I can't think of the joke. It's the things they say that you could interpret as, like, a thing that's not killing them, but it's obviously supposed to be like, murder them, please. But because he's not clear and he uses like the gangster lingo, they just take it literally. Like put him to bed. Put him to bed means literally like tuck him in, give him warm milk. I remember that being pretty funny.
Gotcha.
But there was a point where they were doing like a walk around or like a really long video. It just got a little too long. I did like it though. I
think it looks cool and I want to read it, but I have not. So I don't have much to say about it other than I think it looks pretty funny. Maybe I'll check it out soon. Next voicemail is called Dear Ben Fat Fuck Saint. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yo, Ben, the reason you're putting on a fuckload of weight is because you're not fucking running. Lifting it ain't shit if you can't actually get any goddamn cardio in. That's where all your extra calories are supposed to fucking go.
So cringe.
Fucking fatso.
It's so cringe.
Nah, that's rude, man. But it's also funny.
The reason why anyone ever gains weight is because they eat more calories than they expend. You think I don't understand this? I understand this. You can reduce that number by increasing your calorie output by doing, for example, cardio, or you can reduce it by eating fewer calories. They both work. Running is I hate it. I know I probably should do it. I know it has health benefits.
Quote unquote good thing.
It's quote unquote good for you. Lame. Next. What does he say? Like, what good is lifting if you can't run? What do you get fucking strong. You get strong and you get muscles. That's what good it is. What are you talking about? What do you think people lift so that they can run? No, anyone can run. Any idiot can run. Oh my god. Fucking perverts out there. Am I right?
Sure.
Next voicemail is called Racky the Robot Guy. 3, 2, 1, go.
Remember when people used to come to the show and ask for dating advice? Yeah, they don't do that anymore. You know why? Because pussy slayer, vagina wetter, panty dropper, chick seducer, boner giver, backbreaker, women better,
who's it gonna be?
Nate best
Nate
guy
Bestman.
ever isn't here right now.
Yeah.
What do you say in your defense?
Of course. I'm sure everyone
there's nothing to defend.'t thoroughly destroyed.
That everyone was like, that guy's got it figured out. I want to know, how can I eviscerate vagina like that guy? And
how can I critical hit that puss?
How can I fucking vorpal slash decapitate? How can I put the pussy in a sarcophagus like him? How can I mummify it? I have nothing to say in my defense. I'm guilty, Your Honor. I'm a beta. Next voicemail is called It's Not About SF2 This Time. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, Ben, I really hate to meme on you like this, but you have to watch Odd Taxi, dude. It just finished up, and that ending just turned everything on its head. I mean, let's be real now. Invincible, fucking, I sleep. Odd Taxi, though,
I also
had
sleep.
me fucking shook. You
I'm
just
still
have
sleeping.
to watch it. I mean, I won't blame you if you don't want to, but
I'm not
it's
gonna.
really fucking good.
I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's great. I don't care. I don't care about shows. I don't care about anything. Thanks for the recommendation, idiot. You got anything to say about that, Gib?
What? I wasn't listening because they were talking about you.
Okay, you seen Odd Taxi? What do you think about Odd Taxi?
I've seen Crazy Taxi.
No, not the same. Not the same. Okay, next one. It's a MP3 link. You got it up?
Yes.
It's one of these ones where a guy can't fucking figure out how SpeakPipe works. Okay, this one is called Munchie Shortly After He Hacks the Universe. 3, 2, 1, go.
I might have to rewrite your history in a second here.
It sounds of keyboard clacking. And done. You have no
Hope you enjoy
mother.
being trans.
Oh no. Got me.
Do you remember when that was from?
I
don't.
I feel like it must have been a fucking something or other.
Radcon?
PCP or maybe a Chibi Bakas. It feels like low energy. Maybe it was a stream. No idea.
It seems
but I
low
do
energy.
remember that happening.
If anyone remembers when that was, leave a comment, because I don't watch this show. I don't watch this garbage. You seen that Trump tweet? My favorite Trump tweet?
Isn't he gone? Or is it an old one?
He's always in our hearts. He's forever in our hearts. The old Trump tweet about Coca-Cola, I'll say, if I've mentioned it before, I'll say it again. The best Trump tweet was like, paraphrasing, Coca-Cola company is not happy with me. That's okay. I'll still drink that garbage.
I remember that.
So good. That's my favorite one. He's had some real bangers, but that one was a all-time classic.
That's like almost equivalent to a drill.
Drill
tweet.
It really is. Although literally all the best tweets are just remind you of drill tweets. It's like, you know how evolution, right? You know how, like, in nature, evolution, like, everything eventually becomes a crab? Like, the crab is the perfect form, and every creature eventually approaches crabhood?
I didn't know that.
Surely you're familiar with carcinization.
I am not a crab.
It is true that in nature, many, even things that are not, like, related, like, genetically, a lot of, like, evolutionary lines have sort of gravitated towards a similar form that resembles a crab, like among multiple different. The crab is just a very efficient shape. It's just a very successful shape in nature. Well, on Twitter, in the ecosystem of Twitter, it's the same, and, like, people's posting habits all strive towards a single, like, perfect template, a single perfect platonic ideal, and that ideal is the drill tweet. It's the ultimate realization of the medium.
They don't strive towards it. They randomly throw things out there, and the drill tweets are like they naturally select.
The more like drill your tweet is, the more successful it will be, and the more its genes will be passed on. Yeah, it's true. I think I'm literally correct. Next voicemail is called Anti-Capitalist, except for my chickie tendies. 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't understand why so many people are so willing to go to bat for industrialized animal farming. These are massive corporations. They are not your friend. Their business model is to produce as much as efficiently as possible and then obscure from the public the horrifying scale and depravity of what it takes to do so. Like, if you feel a little bad about chickens being kept in cages, you can buy free range. But no matter what eggs you buy, you're still supporting chick culling, which is the process of tossing all the male chicks into industrial grinders because keeping them alive would be a waste of money. Like, we have laws around animal abuse, but these companies are just completely exempt from them, except for the most threadbare of regulations, which they oftentimes do not even follow. It just seems like the most quintessential capitalist nightmare, and the fact that so many people, especially leftists, are so apathetic or even actively supporting of it is baffling to me.
Yeah. Sounds right. I mean, people like their tendies. Your title said it all. If getting rid of it would cost people their tendies, like, I understand. Like, but I don't want to lose my tendies. I like my tendies. I literally ate tendies today. Ben Saint cooked tendies and ate them before this episode. So I am part of the problem, probably. There's an addendum, so let's listen to that. 3, 2, 1, go.
Also, if there's the response of, oh, well, that's a problem of the system, we need to work for better regulation instead of pinning the blame on the individual. The thing is that these are problems inherent to the practice of industrialized animal farming. There is no sustainable way to produce as many animal products as we do without running into these issues, no matter what system we're working under or whatever regulations we have, unless it is just total abolition.
I feel like the goalposts move there. Like, is the problem that the practice is immoral? Or is the problem that it's unsustainable?
I think the first one was more like, I can't believe people don't care enough. But without mentioning why that was a bad thing.
I see. I mean, I don't know. I guess he's right.
Yeah.
I also like my tendies, but I acknowledge that it's true. If I mean, what is the world in? Okay, serious question. What is the perfect world? Is it a world where nobody eats meat, or is it a world where there is meat, but it's ethically farmed?
The whole conversation around this has always been a little weird for me. And I think a while ago I settled on, okay, I don't care about animals' rights then. I'd rather just eat and not, like, pick and choose what things I care about. Like, oh, but what about cats and dogs? Well, some people do eat those, but I eat chicken, so I eat fish. I participate in all this stuff by eating the things.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Maybe that's lazy and stupid of me, but like, I don't know. I can't help it. If I'm gonna own it, then I'll own it. But I don't know. Doing something, it takes a lot. it takes a lot. Not just to like advocate and like eat vegetables, because you know that's possible. It's the I don't know. It's just. I hate this conversation. I need a lot more brain power right now to like argue about it. I'll just accept that I'm a bad person and that I will eat and kill animals, because it's easier for me to accept that about myself than it is to try and change my entire world, change everything about the way I consume food. Because no matter what I do about food specifically, there's always going to be some industry that I'm supporting by participating in purchasing anything.
Sure.
So I'm like, at some point I'm like, yeah, fine. I'm a murderer. Fuck it.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. It's intractable.
I want to be better about it, but like it's too hard to do all of that and also work on myself and everything I'm trying to do. Like, I don't think about what I put in my mouth too much. I'm like, oh god, I gotta eat today. Oh shit, I haven't eaten. And if I have to think, oh wait, I've been meaning to like change my diet so that it's different, and now I've got to buy all this other stuff. Maybe there's like, you know, it's worth like doing that for the. It's just not easy, and I don't like it. I don't like how difficult it is.
We could talk about this all day.
I have no defense. That's my position. I have no defense. I'm a murderer. I'll eat a horse. I'll eat a cat.
Absolutely.
I like eating. I don't give a fuck, but I do. But I don't. But I do. But I won't. But I don't. I just want to break down and just punch the ground. I don't know what to do about it.
We do eat too much meat. I think it's just true that like America and probably the UK just eat like more meat than is necessary, and probably are, even aside from like, you know, killing animals is bad and cruel. That might be true, but I think like just like reducing our meat intake would probably mean that our impact on the environment would be better.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah,
that's definitely a better reason than. Don't you feel bad about it? Because no, I
don't believe. I mean, I don't believe that consumer choices are going to drive change in that area. Like the best it'll do is create a new market for like fucking hippie, vegan, equally consumer. Ooh, ethical capitalism bullshit.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
Okay,
it's yeah. I should shut up.
Yeah, okay.
Keep digging my hole.
Next voicemail is Janess. 3, 2, 1, go.
How do you talk for so long on podcasts and streams without having to gasp for breath?
I know, it's so annoying. I'm so obnoxious. I never shut up.
You just gasp for breath right then.
I literally do. I mean, do you think I don't? I mean, I do breathe.
I don't know what they mean, because obviously
I don't have any tricks.
Speaking.
I don't have any tips and tricks. I think that maybe you just don't notice the breathing. I think maybe it's like
now you're noticing it because I'm noticing it.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll hear a YouTuber say like, "Oh, I think like maybe Mr. B-Tongue made a comment or someone." Sometimes I'll make a comment like, "Oh yeah, that video sounds really bad. You know, you can hear my lip smacking. You can hear my breathing. You can hear my smacks and pops or whatever." And I'll have never noticed it at all. Right? But they noticed it. So maybe you just don't, maybe your brain is just filtering out, like you don't pay attention because that's just noise and you don't pay attention to it.
Maybe it's similar to like arm
because I definitely
hair or
do
whatever.
gasp for breath all the time.
Because like I shave my arms, right, to get rid of the arm hair. Right. That's the dysphoria thing. But I never really pay attention to the fact that women have arm hair. It's just a little less noticeable. But true. Like having completely smooth arms is not a feminine thing. It is a it's a different thing.
Yeah. So
like in real life, people breathe. You just don't notice it.
Sad but true. Sad but true. They really do. They do be breathing though. We do a little breathing.
Just a little.
Next voicemail is called Ravioli. 3, 2, 1, go.
I just made some really good ravioli.
Nice.
My rat is eating some, and she really likes it.
Your
I just wanted to say that to somebody.
Based.
Cool. You should have made ratatouille.
I made one time I think it was like sweet potato ravioli. Like it had like a spiced like sweet potato interior.
Potato inside of a fucking pasta?
I know, it's more of a pierogi at that point. But I made that was the only time that I made the pasta from scratch. Like I made the pasta dough and I like flattened it and I cut it into squares and I made the little pouches. That was the only time in my life that I've like made pasta. It's really freaking hard. Maybe you just have to practice a lot and get efficient at it.
I would like to do that. That sounds fun. I'd never tried it for some reason.
Have you ever had pierogies?
I don't think so.
They are a Polish thing. It's basically like a dumpling or a ravioli, but it's got mashed potatoes inside. It's good. No thoughts? No thoughts on that?
Oh, sorry, I just blacked out.
No thoughts, head empty?
Ravioli.
Hey, I make the pierogi. Hey, I make the borscht. I cook it I make it a kielbasa. Mamma mia. Cześć. What's a Polish thing? Hey, nie po polsku. Pasta Brazil. That was the one phrase that I remember off the top of my head that I could say in Polish. Nie po polsku. I don't speak Polish. Nie po polsku. Next voice and cześć, which is cześć is hi. Oh, and of course na zdrowie, which is cheers. And stolat. Obviously. Next next voicemail is called Ravioli 2. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Wait, my other rat, I gave her ravioli. She did not like the ravioli.
Damn.
But that's it.
There are two rats inside of you.
Only one of them likes ravioli.
There's two rats inside of you. The one that wins is the one that you feed, and the one that you feed will be the one that likes ravioli because the other one won't eat it.
What?
Yeah, the saying about there's two.
Yeah,
wolves
I know
inside.
the saying about the two rats and the ravioli. It's a classic phrase.
The two. Oh, the rats and the ravioli and the silver spoon. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Next voicemail is called "Ow." 3, 2, 1, go.
God damn it, Ben! You laid the seed like 2 or 3 weeks ago or something, and it's just been there in the subconscious.
What did I say?
Voice. the voice telling me, just try to open your mouth as far as you fucking can.
I'm
See if Ben
sorry.
was right. See if it'll hurt.
It
See
hurts,
if it'll
right?
keep hurting after you close it again.
You can make it hurt if you want to.
Fuck you, Ben.
I'm sorry.
I had not thought about that, but now that he's brought it up, or they brought it up, I should not do the gendered thing. But now that they brought it up, everyone who listens to this podcast will now think about it.
That is the kind of thing that, I mean, yeah, that's the kind of thing that, like, I would get that idea in my head. I would hear someone say, what happens if you open your mouth as wide as you can? And then I would continue. This is the same thing with me thinking about what if I got my head crushed by a train? It's like, now I just think about it all the time, and it freaks me out.
What if you were trying to open your mouth as wide as it could, but before you got to the maximum amount, you got hit by a train, and you could never find out?
At least then I wouldn't have to feel weird of my jaw all unhinged and fucked up.
Yeah, be in many pieces.
Many pieces, little tiny pieces, all down the train track. I hate it. I fucking hate it. I hate having a physical body. Shit, I can't wait to be dead. I should go put my head on a fucking train track so I don't have to deal with this bullshit anymore. In Minecraft, I should go put my head on a minecart track.
You just gotta have like the
made of void metal thaumaturgy.
You gotta have the catharsis of the train crush head simulator game to answer all these questions.
I don't want to think about it. Okay, next voicemail is called Lilia recommends a documentary. This is from Cuck Michelle at comeonmytits.com. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi guys! So, I saw this really good documentary. It's about how clothes are bad, actually.
What's bad?
They're kind of alien, and they're being used to displace us. And, not gonna lie, once I finished watching it, I decided I'm never wearing clothes again. It also makes it way easier for Nate to come on my titties. So,
you're talking about
Are
you talking about Kill la Kill?
It's on Netflix. It's called Kill la Kill.
I knew it.
I think you should really check it out. Come on, Michelle. Give that titty a lick. You want a taste of Nate, don't you?
Gross.
This is the only place you're going to get it. You cuck.
Well, Michelle.
Why would they
response?
Do this?
They just want to fuck
Why
Nate.
would they do this?
The same reason they do anything is they really want to fuck Nate. It's the animating force behind.
Why do they have to do this and also have a terrible microphone? That's what I want to know.
Fair, yeah. Like relatively high effort, sound modulation effects combined with a terrible audio quality. Lamau. Next voicemail is called XXX Hardcore Brutal Painful. What? Wait. Fucking Munchie et al. Are calling me. I'm in the middle of a fucking podcast, you freaks.
Uh-oh. You're gonna miss your last chance to say hello to Munchie.
My God, I hope so. Okay. Jesus. All right. Where was I?
Hardcore, brutal,
voicemail.
Painful, sad,
Hardcore,
heartbreaking,
brutal,
dirty,
sad,
anal.
heartbreaking, dirty, anal, XXX. 3, 2, 1. Let's jam.
What's up, fellas? I wanted to know if you guys saw the new Sarah Zed, I believe is her name.
Sarah Zed.
Video about she's getting legal threat from Homestuck. Homestuck, it's legally threat.
Yeah. I've stopped listening. I've seen that.
Threatening her.
That was a big one.
Her,
okay, end of voicemail. That's it. I've heard enough. I didn't watch that video because I'm annoyed by its premise, and I don't like her face in the thumbnail. Those are the two reasons why I haven't watched it.
I didn't watch it for a while. For a similar, like, oh, it's a drama video or something. I don't care. Yeah. Like Homestuck, whatever. But people assured me that it was a wild ride, so I just, I wanted to see. And it is kind of wild, but it is ultimately kind of like a whatever.
What annoys me...
It's like a Lindsay Ellis drama video.
There's something that annoys me about it, and I think it's that, like, there's a little bit of... I feel a little duplicitousness about it, because I know that Sarah Zed... Like, imagining myself in her position, I would be thrilled to receive a spurious legal threat from whatpumpkin.com and then to make this video, because this is the kind of thing that would get a lot of views, and it also it's the jackpot, because it's like current, it's drama, and it's about something that's popular, but it's also about you. And the fact that this content is now it's an excuse to talk about yourself and profile yourself and make yourself kind of the center of attention. And that's like exactly what a YouTuber thrives on, is getting the audience to invest in them. So I know that she must love this. And yet I see her on the thumbnail and she's making a face like she's sad and worried. And I think you're a liar. That face is lying to me, and it pisses me off.
I mean, I guess you could call it a lie. I wouldn't necessarily.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel when I see it.
But the video is like self-contained. Like the story begins and ends with the video, because she goes through all of the emails, and by the end of the video, she says they've dropped the claim. So the video was not necessary in like clearing her name or anything. She just wanted to tell the story about it. Just like,
sure.
Let's look at this wacky, like, emails from Andrew himself. He starts his first email saying, "Hey, I made Homestuck," and Andrew's kind of funny, like like unintentionally. And I suppose it's interesting to see, but I didn't watch this and then say, "Wow, what a great YouTuber Sarah Zed is. I will now subscribe." Like, I was just mostly interested in seeing Andrew Hussey write strange emails.
I'm just trying to explain the kind of like immediate, like, sort of gut level, like, I'm a little bit repulsed when I see this. I felt the same. It's the same reason why I didn't watch Lindsay Ellis's like video about how she got canceled on Twitter, and I didn't watch the new one that she just put. I used to watch every Lindsay Ellis video, but I didn't want to watch her I got canceled on Twitter video. And because of that, I also was like, you know what? I won't watch this other new Lindsay Elliott video either. I don't know if I care what she has to say.
Maybe you should unsubscribe.
Maybe I should unsubscribe from your YouTube channel, Lindsay, just for no real clear reason that I can articulate. But that's my right as an American, and no one can tell me otherwise. 4th of July, baby, fireworks, yeah! Next voicemail is called AV. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey y'all, it's Ave. Long-time listener, first-time parasocial bastard. Just wanted to call in to say happy birthday to Gib. I got into the PCP from finding Spiders Are People 2 in 2016. I don't know if you even remember it, but the video, Real Talk, You Should Vote and Here's Why, is like the funniest thing in the entire world. If people listening haven't seen it, go watch it right now. It's very, very good. I've been starting to transition in the last year. They, them right now.
Based.
And hearing your perspective and journey has really let me feel like I'm not just making stuff up in my head. You're one of the creators that has inspired me the most. And seeing you grow has made me feel like maybe I can too. Thanks for everything. Happy birthday.
That's great.
Anyways, PCP forever. Some will never die. Everybody go pledge to Lord of Ghosts right fucking now. See ya.
True. Well, I
nice.
have no objections to any of that.
Yeah, thanks. Also, interesting. You say you got into the PCP from Spiders Are People 2.
Spiders Are People 2 is the animation you did, right?
It's like, I mean, it's on my Give and Take channel, and I guess
how many
from
views
there,
does that have?
It's not that many, I don't think.
I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised that would be the first PCP media that someone would find.
Yeah, 6.7 thousand views.
It's just statistically, you would like it's so much more likely that someone would have gotten into us through Brony stuff, or like the Chris Chan lecture, or maybe one of the other lectures, or like one of like
I'm very
Trixie's
curious.
million view videos or something.
I'm very curious where they saw Spiders Are People too, whether it was just recommended or whether they were like,
where would they find it?
Where? Well, that's great. That's really nice to hear that I've inspired you and you're trying out new stuff, and that's a very wholesome voicemail. I approve.
Wholesome voicemail. Thank you. Thank you, Ave. Did they say their name was Ave? I pronounced the letters
Ave or Av?
I think they said Ave. What? Thanks for the voicemail. I love you.
Yes.
Next voicemail is Hussy Sus. Wait, is that the next one?
Yes.
Hussy Sus. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's Ave again. I forgot to mention. Have y'all seen the Sarah Z Homestead follow-up video?
Yeah. We already talked about this.
That just came out. It seems right up your alley, and I'd love to hear you talk about it.
We just did.
Sorry if my last voicemail was too long and gay. I'm trying my fucking best. See y'all.
It's fine. No, we already talked about it. Okay, next voicemail is a message for the ladies. 3, 2, 1, go.
Men do not derive sexual pleasure from blowjobs. We just think they're really funny. Ladies, if you're listening to this, stop giving out blowjobs.
But they're
It's
funny.
been a prank this entire time. We're just messing with you. Stop falling for it. I can't stand the secondhand embarrassment anymore. I don't care if this is breaking man code telling you this. It's too much for me. I can't take it anymore. Blowjobs are not real. Stop doing them.
Shut him up. And the voicemail. No, we can't. Eleazar, cut that out.
He knows.
We can't let the message spread. Okay, phew. I'm glad Eleazar will do that and prevent. Keep the secret. It's too funny. It's just a big prank. It's a big prank. We're all in on it. I'm sending a formal complaint to about Berserk Chip for this one to the bro headquarters.
I like the idea that it's like it's a joke, but maybe even also not even pleasurable.
It's
like the coming is just like, oh, just learn how to do that on command, just so we can make it like look real.
We have to take one for the team. It's work. We have to put in the work and take one for the team, just so we can tell everyone, like, she did it again. Oh my God, Lamau! What an idiot!
I can't believe it.
I can't believe they fell for it again. Why is it a message for the ladies? Guys can give blowjobs. Wait, if a guy gives another guy a blowjob, then since they're both guys, they must both know that it's just a joke.
Well, all right.
Then if it's two guys doing it, then they must just both be doing it because they both think it's funny.
No. They think that, like, when they're giving one, that it's doing something, and then therefore when they're getting one, they're like, oh, I thought maybe something's wrong with me. I thought this was gonna feel good, but instead I'm just laughing inside. But I gotta pretend I like it, and so the lie continues.
This is why people turn gay. This is how cultural Bolshevism has made America gay, by just tricking men into thinking that the natural order of things is men knowing that blowjobs are just a big prank and a joke. But they've media has convinced us that miscegenation is okay and that blowjobs are serious and not just a fucking meme. And now look at us, weak men rule the country. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. Okay. Next voicemail. Your name optional. 3, 2, 1, go.
Gals and pals, ever think about like getting some sort of segment structure into the podcast? You can still do your like depressed, my life sucks free talk, but like as a segment and like do other stuff, because I feel like currently the podcast is sort of just a cacophone of just hemming and hawing about until you like go to voicemails.
That's not the correct use of that word.
People for doing shitty voicemails, so maybe
I know that you just wanted to pee on the voicemail, So you thought of some paper thin excuse to be like, let me just, I'll frame this in the form of giving advice. Some people think they have advice to give. To be like, what if you guys did this with instead of the podcast? The podcast needs to change, and here's my idea for how to change it. Well, they don't understand that the podcast is perfect now, as it always has been and always will be. There's no improvements to be made. I would say, you say that it's a cacophone. I'm sure you deliberately mispronounce cacophony, but I still wouldn't use cacophony there. Cacophony is like loud, like a loud sort of like a din, like a chaotic,
layered of many mismatched noises.
Some of the voicemails are a cacophony. I think the word you were looking for would probably be like a what's the word for just not like a loud explosion of chaos, but like a disorganized labyrinth? No. Like a
rabble?
A rabble is like a group of people. What's the word that mean? a lasagna. A chaotic lasagna.
An onion. A chaotic, cacophonous onion lasagna. So many layers.
There's definitely a word that is like a strew, like strewn. Fuck.
I've sort of lost the thread of what you're trying to
word
describe.
That means something that is just kind of strewn all over the place randomly, structurelessly.
Chaotic mess. Messy. Unkempt.
Synonyms and antonyms.
Hither and thither.
A rat's nest. Ataxia. Oh, pell-mell. Ooh, pell-mell is a great fucking... Yes, here we go. Ataxia. Synonyms... I've never heard that. Hold on. Ataxia definition... That's gotta have a Greek root, right? Ataxia, noun. The loss of full control of bodily movements. Oh, okay. That's not exactly what I'm looking for. Hurly-burly. Hurly-burly. Now there would be a great word. Pell-mell.
So, like, you would say these hurly-purly voicemails? What is the object?
He's not talking about the whole... He's talking about the whole show, not just the voicemails. Also, pell-mell, noun. A state of affairs or collection of things characterized by haste or confusion. So pell-mell is actually... Pandemonium, helter-skelter, pell. I'm on synonym. I love thesaurus.com. Noun disorder, pandemonium, a snarl, a tumult. Ooh, a tumult. Yes, the whole podcast is just a tumult. That's good. A ferment.
Tumultuous.
Some of these are stupid. Some of these are like bad. Actually, thesaurus kind of sucks sometimes.
I don't know if these... I mean, tumults feels like it's like a large crowd.
And that's how I
like,
feel. Yeah.
Two people just being disorderly is like...
Hullabaloo? No. Hullabaloo is noisy.
Hullabaloo isn't raucous. This isn't like a big... Like pandemonium is not the type of word.
Cacophony implies noise, but most of the podcast is not noisy, it's just disordered. So, not bedlam. Bedlam also implies noise. A spaghetti. I'm imagining like a spaghetti, just like tubes.
A series of spaghetti.
There's a better word. There's got to be a better word for not something that is noisy, but something that is randomly arranged, disordered, an arrangement of things that are in disorder. Comment if you have a word, suggest a word in the comments, and I will favorite the best one.
I feel like chaos is like some sort of a chaos, like a quiet chaos. Something like that.
I'm looking for one word though. I'm looking
deliberate
for
chaos.
That's 2 words. It's too many.
Sometimes you need 2 words. Sometimes there isn't one word to describe a very specific thing.
It's always better to use 1 word instead of 2. Anyway, I can't think of what I'm thinking of, so I'm just gonna go with
you
pell-mell.
Can't fucking think of the word.
I'm gonna go with pell-mell until someone suggests a better one in the comments. Next voicemail, Cross. Am I the only one? 3, 2, 1, go.
Am I the only one who, in Minecraft, enjoys breaking chicken eggs on a block that is sitting over top of lava? That way, on the off chance that a baby chicken spawns, its first moments in this world will be consumed with fire, pain, molten lead, and the delicious smell of its own flesh cooking? Just me?
Yes.
What?
It's just
yes.
you.
I mean, on a PCP server, there are no mobs, so there are no chickens, so nobody lays any eggs. So.
I mean, why would you throw eggs? Why would you collect eggs just so that you could throw them?
Why would you throw?
You wouldn't make profit from making more chickens, so that you can make more eggs.
Why would you break eggs in a specific way? What do you think this is, noita? Oh, that reminds me. I almost forgot to say. This week I did it. I did the ultimate noita thing. I got all 33 orbs. And now,
wow!
I got all. No, I gotta show you. My character. I have a pendant. I have a magic pendant now. It's a miracle. There he is. There's my guy. He's got the pendant.
Oh.
He's got the gold pendant because he got 11 orbs from the main New Game Plus world, and he got 11 orbs from the East parallel world, and he got 11 orbs from the West parallel world. Now the next thing I gotta do is I gotta do the Sun Seed quest, and I gotta create the sun and the dark sun. But I will do that eventually. Probably not that soon. This was a big. For a long time I didn't play Noita, and it was because I had started a god run, and then I kind of quit it in the middle, like at the point that I was like, I'm basically a god. Now I just have to do the work of actually going around and finding all 33 orbs. And that was such like a busy work, like, I don't wanna, that like I just didn't play Noita for like a month because I didn't have that usual urge of like, I want to boot up Noita and just have that rush of like going from being a weakling to getting a chainsaw one going and going and killing everything. That feeling of progression was not there, and that's what usually enticed me. So I was just like, just fuck it. But I was like, I think I'd been working on the game for like a long time this month, and I think I got burnt out, and I was like, I got to do something else. You know what? I'll finish that Noita game, and then I did, and then I did my taxes. Wow. But I got the pendant. That's what's important. Next voicemail. Next voice is just an image. I guess I'll post the image.
It's Sarah
Zed. Is that? It doesn't really look like her. Other than that, it has a Z.
She's blowing up What Pumpkin headquarters with a bomb.
This is annoying. I feel like I'm annoyed by this. Maybe that's not fair, but that's how I feel. That's my truth.
I mean, I feel it's just sort of it's making her look so great when the only thing that really happened was that they had no case and she said no, and then they were like, yeah, sorry. Like, she didn't do anything. Like, she just didn't get destroyed by them, but they had no way to do it anyway. They were just, I think the lady who initially gave the lawsuit admitted that she was mad. And it was an emotional thing, and it was very unprofessional, obviously, but like, Sarah Zed is just, she's just like, she's a YouTuber.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, sure, it's a little bit of an embarrassing snafu for What Pumpkin and Hussy by proxy. Absolutely the case. Nevertheless, Sarah Zed is just some YouTuber who doesn't even write her own scripts all by herself. She just sits on a couch and reads a script, and she has never contributed anything of value to culture. I really feel this way. I'm sorry if this is cringe. I don't think Sarah Zed has contributed anything of value. Hussy, for all his faults, has made great contributions to culture. And for that, I just have to be like, Who do you think you are? Am I being a simp? I feel like maybe I'm simping a little, but I kind of feel like, who do you, Sarah Zed, think you are to clown on Andrew Hussey? What have you ever done? You got a spurious lawsuit? Great. Congratulations.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the reason people are like all backing Sarah is because like HiveSwap has been handled terribly. There's been various controversies, and they're just like, you know, everything they have against What Pumpkin and the way Homestuck and HiveSwap and all of that has been handled. They're just like, yeah, now this is a person. We can ascribe all of this, to we're mad about this. We're mad about all this stuff.
Even aside from this whole thing and the whole Sarah Zed situation, I feel like Homestuck has been kind of like a low-hanging fruit, easy target for people to shit on for a while now. And I feel like this is just kind of another. This is just kind of she did it. She plucked the low-hanging fruit and made it a thing.
And she went into the medium.
And you know what? Good for her. God bless her. I can't begrudge her for it. But
lands of likes and subscribes.
yeah, whatever. So that's what I have to say about this image. Thanks for the voicemail. Next one is called Git and Large Prime Numbers. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ben, use Git for source control on your game project. It will keep a history of all your code and asset changes, so if your PC dies or you catastrophically fuck something, you can go back a day or two. I use GitHub. There's also GitLabs and a bunch of other ones. All you gotta do is download an app like SourceTree or GitHub Desktop, make a repository on the website, you clone it from the app, you move your project into it, you push it, and then each day you commit your work. Also, one of Tim Rogers' band was called Large Prime Numbers, and they put out some bangers. You can find songs on YouTube and Bandcamp. The song right now playing is called For Those About to Gallivant.
I don't think...
Also, the musical voice mod males sound the same and suck for it.
I don't think you know what a game maker file looks like. I don't think I can just copy paste I can't. No, I don't think I can just paste my game maker file into GitHub.
Unless
there's.
I mean,
no.
I haven't.
Have you ever made a game make? Have you ever done a game in Game Maker with GML?
No, but is there a folder that it's in?
Well, I mean,
you can GitHub the folder.
Well, I guess, but if I was
if you make an update and it's all logged there, and it's like, because I've used GitHub a little bit, and basically it's like
I use GitHub for Endless War.
Yeah, it's like a save state for the contents of a folder. It doesn't have to be anything specific.
You
have the folder that your game maker stuff is inside. You save it on GitHub, and then you accidentally destroyed everything and you delete it out of the recycle bin. You just roll back the GitHub, and then that folder, which is synced up to Git, will literally become the same as it was. So even if you delete everything.
How is that any different from just like saving backup versions of the file in like Google Drive or something?
I guess it's no different. It's just I don't know, somewhat simple. I guess if you know how to do it, it's somewhat simple. If you don't, it's hard to learn. I got taught by my brother, who's a code master.
When I would use GitHub, I would like go into the text files in the Git folder and like directly edit the text. I didn't use like syncing with my computer's. Well, honestly, when you say it like that, and it's like, oh, Git will just like directly copy the contents of a folder and create backup. I'm like, okay, actually, that does sound really convenient. If I knew how to do it, so maybe I should look into it. Actually, I have some backups saved, but they're on my computer, so I honestly should be saving backup versions like to some place secure in the cloud or something. That much is true. Okay. I have to take a shit. I want to finish this. Next one is called Clearing Up Terms. 3, 2, 1, go.
On the last episode you two, Ben and Gabe, said that you both don't really understand what the difference between an anarchist and a communist is. On the general level, the difference is that communists engage in parliamentary politics while anarchists do not. They both ultimately want the abolition of wealth, class, and the state, but communists want to achieve this from the inside of government while anarchists want to achieve this from the outside. If you want the state to still exist like you said, you're just a socialist.
That doesn't... But if the communist is doing it from inside parliamentary politics, isn't there still a state then? Aren't they still engaging in statecraft?
I don't know.
The distinction between like government and state is a little academic, and I get a little tripped up there about where exactly one ends and the other begins. But okay, that's a reasonable distinction between communists and anarchists. That makes sense. Okay, next voicemail is a glimpse into the future. Best guys forever. 3, 2, 1, go.
The year is 20XX. At one point, Nate Bestman was a staunch capitalist, ready to pull himself up by his bootstraps. Things have changed. In the early 21st century, a certain league came together to capitalize on Nate's succulent ass in a multitude of ways. One way was in cloning and enslaving them. Virginia once again found use in slave labor as millions of Nates were created. He could be found in every home, every business, hard at work. A month following Ben's ascension to godhood and bestowed gifts, Ben appeared to one of the millions of Nates and said unto him, Gurren Lagann? More like Gayen Lagann. The Nate was dumbfounded, but slowly a smile crept across his face. He knew what he had to do. In covert, this Nate created a network of other Nates, and soon the preparations were made,
Abolition.
And the Nate Wars began. The wars were bloody. Millions died on both sides. But in the end, the Nates were victorious.
Oh, shit.
2 migrations followed the war. The surviving Nate fuckers fled, their concubines in tow. But to Virginia came all the Nate heads, eager to help to rebuild. Virginia, from thenforth, would be known as Best Virginia. This is the future before you. Even now, the hands of fate move ever closer to this eventuality.
Okay.
This thoroughly based future.
So I'm a little confused. So it sounds like the Nate fuckers control the Nates, and the Nates are allied with the Nate fuckers, but the Nate heads are against the Nate fuckers, and therefore also against the Nates?
No. I think that the Nate heads are there to liberate the Nates from the Nate fuckers.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, they are slaves. As
I
was
see.
Said.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Dark. Timeline is dark. Cursed timeline.
NLM, everybody.
Multi-level marketing.
No, NLM. Nate Lives Matter.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, no, Nate would never say that. It's too political. Next voicemail is called Clearing Up Terms 2 plus minor psychocolonial spoilers 2. 3, 2, 1, go.
If not participating in electoral politics sounds absurd, it is because anarchists believe in something called the theory of means and ends. This theory details how when people are put into the machine of politics, their goals and motives change. For instance, a full-fledged communist can run for office, and if they win they might, instead of removing power from the state, secure more power for themselves. As they see themselves as the arbiter of socialism, so removing that power would be contrary to the goal. You can see this happen with Lenin and particularly Stalin in their actions as heads of the USSR. There's an anarchist quote that goes, socialist leaders who find themselves caught up in the electoral machine end up being gradually nothing more than bourgeois with liberal ideas. They have placed themselves in determinate conditions that in turn determine them. To an anarchist, going into government to change it from the inside is as ridiculous as going into the police force to change it from the inside. The system will break you before you break the system. The praxis we use must be congruent with socialism. Through joining and participating in anarchist groups, members learn how to engage with ideas like direct democracy and non-hierarchical organized groups. A hierarchy-led revolution is inherently susceptible to the same corruption as any hierarchical system and is contrary to the goal of a non-hierarchical world. Anyways, this is the message of psychocolonials. Zed tried to create socialism through authoritarianism and look how it turned out.
I true, but I don't know if that's the message of Cyclone. I don't know. I think you're giving it a little too much credit.
I think it's an idea in Cyclonials rather than the message. But
me and Cheesy talked about this a couple weeks ago. How we don't think that was like really that theme was really followed through on. I mean, her like political, honestly, throughout Cyclonials, Z's like political goals are basically just she kind of says she's like it's a left-wing revolution, but all she really does is just like maintain power and not get destroyed by the United States military. That's all she actually does. It's a little bit toothless as far as a political commentary.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but she like inspires mostly violent takeovers of police buildings and government things by clowns. More so than instilling, because I think I talked about this before. Her manifesto doesn't really go into much specific like policy stuff.
It talks about gender stuff in that it makes it a big funny clown joke, which is cool. But I like this was the thing about the system changes you when you get inside, you become bourgeois with liberal ideas. That seems true to life. That lines up with my experience of reality. Anyway, good voicemail. Thank you. Next one is called Anamorphing Time. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ben, did you invite Tyler back to be on the PCP, you fuckbag?
No.
What do you want to
I guess I could have. But I didn't. If he wanted to be on the podcast, he could be on the podcast if he wants to, honestly. I'm down for anything. Next voicemail is called Anamorphing Time 2. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ben, did you get drunk on the Anamorphing Time podcast too? I bought special booze because I'm going to be on it.
Based. Who is this? No. They told me that the episode before the one that I was on, which I don't think that one is out yet. It's not one that's out yet, but they told me the one before I'm on, they got really drunk and it ran really long. They weren't drinking on the episode I was on. I wasn't either. And our episode ran short. It's like less than 2 hours because our book is really bad and there's like nothing to say about it. So no, we didn't get drunk. I'm sorry. And I blew my shot too because they said they're only going to have one guest per episode, or they're only going to have guests come one time. They've had like one repeat guest, but I think they said they were going to do like one person, one appearance from now on. So I'm out. I'm out forever. Next voicemail is called the Vavitch. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ben, you mentioned you'd seen The Witch.
Yep.
What do you think about it?
It was pretty good.
Bye.
Okay. Next voicemail. It was good. It was tense. It was thrilling, as a thriller should be.
I liked it.
It made me feel dread and anticipation, and the part where the boy like dies at the beginning, and he like cries out to God, and he's all like happy, and he's like smiling creepily, and he's like saying all this weird God shit. He's like, what does he say? Like, Jesus, invite me to thy lap. Let me lay in thy lap, O Christ, my Lord. And he's like in ecstasy, and then his eyes roll back and he dies. And then his mom starts like screaming, and his mom's like, oh, the devil speaks scripture too. The devil speaks scripture too. Our son is in hell. Our boy is in hell. That part was really disturbing and stuck with, not in like a horror movie way, just in like it's just in a, it wasn't scary, but it's like a situation that like was very distressing, and it like was memorable. I'm like, boy, what a horrible scene. That one's gonna stick with me, and it did. And I thought the ending was kind of cool. The ending's kind of just unironically like cool. Have you seen it, Gib?
Nope. It's scary, probably.
It's not that scary. It's I don't think there's any jump scares. There's like it's not. No, there's one when the witch is like in the cabin with them drinking the goat's milk. That one's kind of spooky. The I won't say the ending's kind of like badass. So it's good. I kind of like that it ended on like a note like that. Like that sort of left me with like a good feeling about it, instead of like what was it? Not Hereditary. Midsommar ends in a really horrible way. It's like the downfall. Everything bad that could have happened has happened. The ruination is utter. The downfall is complete. And it's like, that's a well-made movie, but it left me with a very very negative feeling, as I think it was supposed to, because the events of the movie are very negative. Whereas the Vivitch, it's like all this bad things happen and it's kind of horrible, but in the end, the main character kind of wins in the end, and it's kind of awesome. And that left me sort of like, that was kind of cool, actually. Yeah. That's it. That's what I have to say. Next voicemail is called PCP Bad Comments Award Show 268. 3, 2, 1, go.
You unlock this door with the key of procrastination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of entitlement. A dimension of arrogance. A dimension of libtards. You're moving into a land of both the social and parasocial, of memes and dreams.
I love this.
You've just crossed over into the PCP Bad Comment Award Show. Here is a person named Just Lexi. Lexi is listening to the Pro Crastinators podcast. In the episode, somebody makes fun of Trixie, and Lexi has an amusing thought. In fact, it is perhaps the funniest thing Lexi has ever thought of.
Oh, no.
It is such an incredible joke that Lexi must share it with everyone else. They type out their comment and hit send. It reads, Trixie identifies as society. And that is the worst comment on episode 268. So the next time, while listening to the PCP, if you have some stunning observation, some humorous remark, some biting criticism, think before you post, or you might find yourself on the PCP Bad Comment Award Show.
I gotta say, I don't know what that comment means.
No.
It's sort of an attack helicopter joke, but like, it's not really even that. It's a bad comment, not because it's like insulting or because it's like annoying, but just because it's confusing and it's definitely trying to do something, but I don't know what it was trying to say, so it definitely failed at its intentions there. So I would say, yeah, pretty solid choice for the for the zone. Another banger of an episode of the PCP Bad Comments Award Show. Thank you for the voicemail. Next one is called Majora's Mask. 3, 2, 1, go.
If you played Ocarina of Time and you want to play Majora's Mask, but the assets look too similar, just play Majora's Mask 3D instead, because those are different assets. And if you played Ocarina of Time 3D, then play original Majora's Mask. There, problem solved.
It's not that I was like, the assets look too similar and that puts me off. It's that instinctually I sort of had the feeling that it was like the same game just because it looks the same, even though I know it's not.
I watched I've seen 2 videos. One of them saying that the Majora's Mask remake is a bad remake, and it had that. I think you must have seen it. The thumbnail with like the big lips from George Lucas.
The narrow video.
Yeah. Something. I remember seeing that and being like, okay, I guess I shouldn't play the remake. But I also watched the AVGN episode about playing Majora's Mask, and he found, because, you know, AVGN, he screams at all the really frustrating bits. Nobody talks about the things that suck, and I'm like, God, I don't want to play that. That looks really annoying. And I'm sure that's like a misrepresentation of the game, but still. I don't like old games when they be annoying.
Yo, Gib, I got a draw your attention to the Lord of Ghosts Kickstarter, where you are at 91 backers, and you are 5 pounds away from Redman. This happened just within the last hour
shit,
or two.
2,995 pounds.
Hell yeah.
We're close.
It's happening. Base.
I think as soon as it ticks over, I'm gonna get around to I'm gonna start like making the PDF of that so that I can figure out exactly how the layout is gonna be. I don't think there's gonna be a contents page. There's a lot of Redman comics.
You should get on writing the ghost stories, because you're almost halfway through the campaign.
Yeah,
and the day is coming soon. You should try and get those out to the guest artists before the campaign ends.
I've got 2 more to write. Okay. I've sent you yours. I don't know whether you noticed.
Oh God, that's right. I did notice, but I told myself like, okay, I'll look at this later.
Yeah,
I didn't read through it.
Hopefully that has all the information you need. I sent Kazi her one. I got another one ready, and then 2 more to write. I should do that first. I should do that as soon as possible.
Yeah. I mean, it's all work that's got to get done. I just wanted to draw your attention to that. Next voicemail is called Shoplifting Strats. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, I got some shoplifting strats for you all. You go to this channel. It's called Gas Station Encounters, and it's just this guy who thinks he's really cool catching people shoplifting from his gas station. So you watch these videos and you do opposition research. This is what not to do, because they all get caught. And then a big man gets really angry at them. So
I hope he at least works at the fucking gas station.
To be better, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Know thy enemy. Next voicemail is called Question. 3, 2, 1, go.
Do you guys prefer people asking questions in the voicemails? Or do you guys like it better whenever people kind of use it as a way to leave a comment or tell a story? Sorry if you don't like people leaving questions, because that was indeed a question.
I guess I would say generally questions, because it's easy for us to know how to respond to it.
I suppose. I mean, most things end up being questions in some way. Yeah. Even if there's no question mark, it sort of prompts a discussion on a topic. Just depends on how good the topic is. Some questions are stupid, and we skip past them immediately.
Absolutely. Next voicemail is called Comment. 3, 2, 1, go.
Also, some of the voicemails you guys get are weird, and I don't get why the voicemails. They seem more like they should be like Twitter DMs or emails. Like that person who was saying, "Oh, can you guys check the subreddit? Like, to message them on Twitter or email them.
Yeah.
Don't leave a voicemail that you won't hear back from for like a week and a half."
You're right. You're not wrong. I understand the appeal of leaving a voicemail, but yeah, I would say if you just want to like ask us something that you just want like some info about, yeah, DMing on Twitter is probably an easier way to do it.
Yeah, so, Twitter, I don't get a lot of messages, so it's like guaranteed you'll be able to get through to me. I'll see it.
If you DM me on Twitter or Discord, I respond to almost every message I get. Sometimes I miss one, but usually I'm pretty good about them. Next voicemail is called Ben, Communists Want the Government to Do Stuff Saint. 3, 2, 1, go.
Don't worry, Ben. I'll try to clear up your political confusion to save you from the horrors of having to read a book.
Thank you.
Communism, a stateless, classless, moneyless society. Meaning a society that is international or borderless and has a government that is not organized in states. A society in which workers own the means of production, thus abolishing social classes. And a society which abandoned the commodity form. Anarchism, a political ideology which seeks to establish a non-hierarchical society and form of government. Anarchist or libertarian communism could, for example, be achieved by seeking democratization of the workplace and subsequent reduction or complete abolishment of the profit motive, abolishment of the state in favor of democratic non-hierarchical modes of government, victory against all forms of bigotry and decommodification of essential, most or all products produced in said society. Depending on who you're talking to, markets can still play a role in such a society, albeit in highly regulated form.
Okay,
and only for non-essential
all right.
luxury goods.
Thanks for the
Markets
Wikipedia article, buddy. Next voicemail is called "Me Taking a Shit Week 1." 3, 2, 1, go. God, I wish this were me. I still need to take one. Gross. Oh God.
Oh, I'm not listening to that.
This can't be real. This isn't real. Great Foley. Great Foley work on this one. It's like I'm there. I can smell it.
I've stopped listening.
It got a little. This reminds me of that scene in King of the Hill when Bobby is listening to like a CD of like fart sounds, and Hank takes it and he listens to it and he goes, "Oh," says Bobby, this isn't funny. What that man has is a serious medical condition." That was explosive. You should see a doctor.
I don't think it's fake. I feel like it's easier to just put a phone near the toilet while you're shitting.
Maybe he just could tell that a bout of particularly explosive diarrhea was coming, and he was like, "This is the one. I've been waiting for my opportunity."
I feel like this is sort of like you would need like censor bleeps on it. You know, it's just like, gross. Nobody needs to listen to that.
Should we censor it? I don't know. We didn't censor the guy peeing, but we've never censored people peeing.
Well,
in fact, it's a tradition.
Peeing is like, it doesn't sound grotesque, and also peeing isn't as bad as shitting in terms of like hygiene.
Well, it's too late now. It made it in, and there's nothing we can do. There's nothing anyone can do about it.
Complaint to Ben Saint for not choosing to censor
There's
that.
Simply no way that we could censor it. We would have to. I mean, every part, connects to every other part of the podcast. We can't just cut one part. It'll affect the pacing of the whole thing. We'll have to rewrite and restructure the whole thing from the bottom up. It's impossible. We can't do it. This is like my impression of George Lucas about the first prequel, by the way. Okay, next voicemail. This is the last voicemail. It's called "Happy 4th of Gaily." 3, 2, 1, go.
Ben, were you bullied much in school? Because you should be.
No, not really. I thought of myself as a nerd, but I mean, there were kind of jocks, I guess. There were like kids who were kind of like badasses. There were kids who liked rugged stuff like ATVs and whatever, and motorcycles. There was that kind of thing, and there were kids that played sports. I got sometimes one or two kids. Sometimes I would get teased by someone or other, but like I wasn't like anyone's target or anything. I didn't have like a guy who regularly bullied me or anything. I was pretty fine. I was pretty A-okay. I was so popular.
Didn't you have really long hair?
Got laid so often. Yeah, I could have. Yeah, I had really long in high school. I had like hair down to my waist. Like I was pretty weird, and I probably should have been bullied. I definitely was asking for it. Yeah, I had hair. I had fucking really, really long hair, and I cut it.
Did you wear a trench coat? Where you were like the whole package?
I didn't wear like a black like fucking school shooter trench coat, but I did wear weird coats a lot. I had like a red leather coat that was made of very squeaky leather that I would wear sometimes. I loved that thing. It was so heavy. And then in senior year of high school, I cut my long hair and I wore a suit to school every day.
What?
I don't know why I did that, but I did. I had a bunch of suits and I would wear a different suit and tie every day. And I was
Did
mix and
people
match them.
say anything about that? Surely no one else was doing that.
No, nobody was doing that. It was just my quirky thing.
This is your new quirk.
That was my. It's pretty bizarre in hindsight, knowing what I'm like. But yeah, believe it or not, through most of senior year in high school, I wore like a full like a suit and tie and a button-down shirt and dress shoes and a belt and all the cufflinks.
I'm imagining like the way you look is like super pristine, like a perfect vision of like the stereotypical American man on his way to work, and then like fast forward, like, oh, what went wrong? It's Ben Saint now. With the peanut shells all over the place.
I won best dressed in my high school yearbook. Even though I wasn't really even a good dresser. Like, other kids dressed better than me. I just because I like made a thing out of it. I made like a gimmick out of it, and so people knew like, oh,
it's that guy who wears the suit.
It probably should be that guy who wears a suit every day. Yeah.
Fucking report of the week ass Ben Saint.
Fucking young Republican ass. Yeah, Ben Saint in high school. Ben Saint. Cringe. That's your daily. But and yet no, I wasn't bullied that hard. No, people just thought it was funny. I got away with too much. They were too easy on me. Shit, that's the last voicemail. Thank God.
That's it?
That's it. Do we have any more bullshit to spew before we sign off?
I'm just gonna check the Lord of Ghosts again. It would have been so pog if it hit 3K, but not yet.
That'd be pretty pog. That'd be pretty pog. I'm sure it will have hit 3K by the time this goes live.
Yeah.
2995. Oh, for me it looks like $4,139. But I can if I hover over the little dollar next to it, it shows the conversion so I can see. Oh, pledge to the Lord of Ghosts Kickstarter. Everyone, link in the description. Share it around. Share it on Facebook. Share it on TikTok. Share it on
Discord.
Share it on Getter. Share it on Getter. Go at president of 45th president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, on Getter and have him retweet the Lord of Ghosts comic, please. Thank you.
The hell is Getter? Like Getter done?
I'm pretty sure it's like a new Twitter alternative that is literally created just so that Donald Trump can use it.
Lol.
I've been seeing
Trump blog. Just open a WordPress.
I've been seeing some like funny leftoids that I follow have been opening Getter accounts under the names of like, you know, people they hate, like Eve Barlow and who was the other one? Spurt Magoo has been opening a bunch of like funny like tweets from like that guy from that band that like quit because he got harassed because he like supported
Cambria?
It wasn't Coheed Cambria, no. That guy from that, like, it was another name, a band with an and in it, and the guy like was like pro Andy No, and everyone hated him for it, and so he quit the band. Quit Andy No. Mumford and Sons. The guy from
Mumford and Sons.
Winston Marshall from Mumford and Sons. Oh, he's 33. He's the same age as me. Oh wow. Yeah.
I guess he's the son.
He sucks. Fuck that guy.
Mumford and Sons was all over the place for like a year. They were like, they're so big, and it's like it's sort of alright.
I'm sure
I never
heard
heard
it
from them again.
I'm sure I've heard it, but I couldn't name you a Mumford and Sons song.
No, they're just sort of like quirky to be acoustic core, folky, like foot stomping folky sort of songs.
I want to be the lead singer of a folk band. I really want to do that, but I don't want to actually like make any music because I'm not good at it. I just want to sing. I just want to be a singer. If anyone wants to start a folk band and just let me be lead singer and not make me do anything else for it, then hit me up, please. And
someone else writes the lyrics. The lyrics are, I stinky, I poo my diaper.
No! Oh,
you have to sing it.
I signed a contract. I signed a conservatorship. I have to do it. My life is not my own anymore. Fuck. Yeah, I'll do it. Fuck it. Yeah, I'll go up on stage and just sing and just croon out a song about how I pooped in my pants. You know, the ladies will appreciate the confidence. That's what it's all
like
about.
A blues song. It's like I pooped in my pants and I stank so bad. It made me cry.
It stank so bad that my dog died.
Yeah, so it's a perfect blues song concept.
Okay, well, that's all I got. That's all I got for today. Are we? Hello? Okay, I guess that's it.
That's it?
Patreon.com/theprocrastinators to get bonus episodes. Many bonus episodes. And you can get on the Minecraft.
The Minecraft
You can get on the Minecraft. You can come in and see my cool Wizard's Tower. It's a work in progress, but it looks really cool. I really like it. I'm having a lot of fun building. Okay, that's it. Thank you, and good night.
Good night.